talk to me. We're gonna hit a beat and talk about my Eve. Everybody, you
Oh,
know what I say.
God.
I'm gonna do a beat.
Make it stop.
Zane?
It's
Why?
time to stop.
Why did you?
Rock, paper, scissors, right? We don't want Eve to be as simple as shut the fuck up, Seto!
Floods of like memes, and these small gangers are like, we're the elite of the elite. Do not fuck with us. We will kill you. We are the best players ever. It's like, dude, I did your shit. I did it better than you did.
You know what this conversation is like? When I say not enough supers die in Delve, and people tell me, oh, look, there's a super died in Delve. So it's like, when I'm
What are
talking
you
about
even
the balance
talking
issue,
about? We were talking about fucking balance, not supers
Yeah.
dying in Delph.
Look,
Why does
look.
everything with you have to be about supers fucking dying in
Shut
Delph?
up! Shut up!
Christ!
It's an analogy, moron. It's an analogy. Okay?
You guys stop arguing. You act like a fucking married couple. Jesus
It's-
Christ.
No, don't stop arguing.
It's an
Well, it
analogy.
is Trash Talk
It's
Tuesday.
an
I was
analogy.
like,
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome one and all to Trash Talk Tuesday. That's right, this is the second most popular Twitch talk show that talks about EVE Online and broadcasts every Tuesday at whatever time it is right now. 0100 EVE. And you're here watching it instead of doing literally anything else, and for that, I thank you. My name is Redline13. You'll notice that there's that says CSM 17 in my tag. I'm announcing my candidacy for CSM today. Vote for me next year. I'm getting a passport tomorrow. Thanks in advance. I'll appreciate it. And I'm joined by a bunch of other people that are all going to introduce themselves going down the line. Starting with our buddy Rundle, who hasn't been here for a while. Welcome
Yeah,
back, friend.
I've been a little sick, but I'm recovered. I got my voice back. I got my mojo back. So here I am. Thank you for letting me back on the show, man. Keeping my icon up and running.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
forever. And then we got Gergorn here as well. Say hello.
Good evening. How's everyone doing?
Good. We've also got everybody's favorite Marius.
Don't lie to your audience.
I would never lie
It's
to
not
my
good to them.
audience.
Hi. I'm glad to be on again.
And then, surprisingly enough, we're joined by one of my favorite goons, Alterari. Hello, sir.
Hey, Redline, how are you, buddy? And just want to put this out there before we get started. No one's gonna vote for you in CSM 17, so you can just give up.
You're going to vote for me because I'm going to be on your ballot, and you always do what you're told because you're a little bitch.
Aw, sweetheart.
Anyways, moving right along, we've also got Jan Jansen,
Good evening.
and of course, the always lovely Luke Tor. Tor, is it?
Yeah.
And then, of course, we're last but not least, we've got the what percentage was it? Like 80% vanilla, Rain?
My God, dude.
The 80% vanilla Rainilla.
Hello.
that-
I'm the last in the list. I don't know why. Where's everyone at?
I don't know. I guess it's a busy
Everyone
Tuesday.
got eaten by a bear.
One singular bear that ate
Just-
everyone.
Yeah,
One
one
bear?
bear ate everyone.
Jesus. Well, that's
It
unfortunate.
was a very
I guess.
hungry bear.
I mean, I guess if that's one way to go, right? It's like that TikTok song, "Glory,
Was it
glory,
unbearable?
what a hell of a way to die."
Gory, gory, what a hell of a way to die, and he ain't gonna jump no more.
I didn't know this was an acapella thing.
I hope we get DMCA'd for that, dude.
If we get
I'm
DMCA'd
pretty
for
sure that
that,
was in the public domain.
if we get DMCA'd for that and not the music in the beginning of the stream, I'm gonna be one, very disappointed, and two,
So, Redline, you said you're gonna be on my
Something's-
ballot. Is it true you're defecting to Goons? 'Cause that's what I just heard.
No, your Goon Corp is gonna be part of NC or some kind of PanFam.
Kind of
No.
return when you.
I don't think Askey's gonna do that, but
Well, Askey's gonna get kicked eventually. Like, that's just the thing
I
that's
mean,
gonna happen.
yeah, kick Askey, never not.
Yeah, no, you just have to. So, but anyways, no, it's because I'm gonna be on the Imperium ballot. Because you and your like 6 dudes after your coalition is dead, you're gonna have to vote for somebody, and I'm gonna be the
Yeah,
one
the
that's gonna give you
Imperium's
the time of
going to
day.
be a rental organization managed by Lady Scarlet.
I will tell you with utmost certainty that the Imperium will absolutely not be an alliance by this time next year. No chance. No shot in hell.
Redline, they're not an alliance.
Rain,
Thanks,
It's a
Rain.
coalition.
Thank you.
Rain, that's the joke.
It's
That's
not a joke,
Redline, you're
Redline.
a
People are
joke.
too stupid to get the sarcasm. You have to mansplain it to them.
Oof.
But I
Can
didn't.
you just women-splain it to us?
I didn't want to do that though. I didn't want to have to explain it. I'm too
But
busy
like, I
making
have
the
to ask you
dankest
this: you
news.
said we're not going to be a coalition next year, alliance, whatever.
Mhm.
We're still in 1DQ. We're still killing supers. We killed the same dude in Oracle
Okay.
3 times in one day.
We can get to the spin.
Why is
about
it that
how
with you
haven't
that
lost
everything
yet.
is supers dying at Delve?
That Oracle had nothing to do with Legacy though. So, but I mean, we can go randomly pick, kill males off the kill board and say, oh look, we killed that, but okay, irrelevant.
We have a show schedule today. I think we can.
Do we?
I like
do
how
the-
I like how the
yeah.
word talk has devolved into like not posting battle reports or objective fights, but hey, I got a kill. Hey
Yeah,
guys,
because
look
nothing
at
else
look,
is
It's
going
going to
on.
evolve and
It's
Look
devolve.
at my
literally the
kill,
only
man.
thing happening.
Yes, Redline, straight from the horse's mouth. Tonight's topics, in no particular order, are the Enter the Portal patch is live, and Black Ops might be fun now? Question mark. The initiative's new deployment, which is away from anything to do with the war. That's in parentheses.
And this next part.
And what's even happening with the war lately? And is that what's killing Eve? Or is it the insanity of milking players for all they are worth? You use the wrong there, Redline. While providing little to no benefit in return. Stop.
No, the there is possessive. Their worth, not all they are worth.
For all of their worth.
Don't ever accuse me of using the wrong there. That's a rookie.
It was just
mistake.
ambiguous. Sorry, Redline.
Anyways, this is a topic. It's the war, and if these guys want to throw, we killed a super yesterday. How you feel about that, Redline? What are you doing? You said we're contained. You said it, and we're killing your stuff. Okay, go for it.
Looking at the initiative, I think we killed an alliance.
Yikes.
There's a reason I always add you when
Wait,
I
what?
push to kill Mel. Red
So,
light.
sorry, before we go anywhere further, Luke, is it actually Tor, your last name? Is that how it's pronounced?
Yep.
The I is silent.
I don't know. I guess you pick.
Twar. It looks
Yeah,
like
I was always saying it Twar in my head, or I would have
Twar.
understood Toyer, maybe.
Toyer. Sounds like, I don't know. Vaguely
Toyer is
Canadian.
German for cool, but it's spelled differently.
I don't. It doesn't matter. Look, the point is.
Where's
that
Billy
if
at
you-
tonight?
I don't know. Billy's doing.
Dude,
Billy
he got on
things.
the CSM and ditched us. He was only here for the clout.
Yeah, we made him famous, and now he
Yeah.
abandoned us.
He was
Are you
nothing
saying
without this
Redline's
talk show.
made him a bit like able to get on the CSM? Is that
How
what
do you
this
think
is?
he got all those votes?
Joke, yes.
Would anyone
You know,
have heard
superior
of Billy
votes.
without the show?
What?
I would have
Exactly.
known about Redrin. I don't know who this Philly guy is.
Look, man, what it boils down to is that Villy will show up when Villy wants to show up, and that's okay. If you say his name maybe 3 times, he might show up, or maybe he's busy. I don't know, being a
I'm just
part of
gonna
the
ping him.
being a part of the coalition that is gonna evict your entire group from space.
I'm
I
waiting
mean-
for that to happen.
Yeah, and you were waiting for everybody to leave M2 as well. But hey, guess what? That hell camp lasted all of barely any time at all. No one even cared by the end of it. And it took such a toll on your member base that everybody had to make up stories about how you didn't want that hell cap anyway. So like, I mean, we can play that game if you want to. Like, I don't
I
really
mean,
care.
if it took a toll on our member base, why is 1DQ local sitting at 395 and what's T5 at? Do I have to go get eyes?
Who cares what T5's at? Who cares what 1DQ's at? Is there something happening right now?
A few
Yeah, the number
months
should be
ago-
higher in 1DQ because all the other people everywhere else in Delve are out ratting and mining and doing a bunch of shit
and losing
spread
You have to
through
do-
system after system after system.
A
You
few
have
Your
to
number
do
should be high
all
there.
of your industry shit in 1DQ. I would hope it would be at least in the hundreds.
No, not all our industry shit's in 1DQ.
A few months
Oh,
ago,
some
I,
of it's in the ratting pocket. Oh boy.
You have it in
Cool.
like one other system, right? Yay.
a few months ago, whenever I put eyes in 1DQ, it was at least 500. Now it's 395. What happened?
Damn. Numbers are dropping. Numbers are dropping.
God.
Quick, Mom, get the camera.
Drastically
Get the
dropping.
fucking camera. The numbers are
Uh-oh.
dropping.
Someone get to Reddit. Ping
Guys,
Reddit for him.
Reddit,
Mike,
hello.
congratulations, Mike, on getting elected to CSM 16. I hope you've got one more term in you because I can't wait to be on CSM with you next year. But I didn't do the math, so I don't know if you can run again. I think you can. But either way, once I get on there, I'm never getting off.
You might want to rephrase that. Just saying.
I will
Yeah,
not.
that's
I'm not going to do that. Ever.
definitely clipping that and going to be editing it.
But I would like to announce something very special that you can only get from this stream. Okay. Now I'm sure we've all seen the fun pack that you can get. You know, if you lose your ship as a new player, you know, replace your ship is what it says. It's not what it means, but that's what it says. So I would like to introduce another new pack that you can get exclusively from this channel. And it's basically something where if you feel like you've wasted your time watching this show, okay, you can actually spend $4.99, right? Or you can even do it for free, depending on what you got. And you can get absolutely nothing in return, right? All you have to do is click the subscribe button down under your screen, and you can be a part of this, right? So you get to recover your lost time and watch something else, because after you click, you can just go away, because I don't need you anymore. Because once you press that button, once you give me your $5, I don't give a shit about you anymore. I don't care if you value the content that you're watching on the stream. I just care that I'm getting your $5, okay? Not only that, but you lose that $5 and you will never get it back, okay? This also means that you can spend less on Plex, because obviously you'll be poorer. Look, Vlad Potamus, congratulations on being $5 poorer. Nice, dude. That's awesome. And
you sound just like CCP. This is amazing. Like, this is probably the best I've ever seen.
And
Do
the
people
best
really
part,
do this? They just spend money when you tell them to?
and the best part
Ask
is
CCP,
that
they'll tell you.
you can come back stronger next week and do the same thing, except you can do it as a gift. Like, you can gift somebody else. Anyways, I'm going to leave this on the screen here because I want to make sure you know that this is what's important to me. Not the content that you're involved in, but this pop-up that says, hey, spend money, give me your money, okay? That's what we're going to do.
Best deal on Twitch tonight. I'd take advantage of it if I were you.
Yeah, I mean, you won't get this anywhere else. I mean, you might, but why would you want to? You're invested.
I hate to be the contrarian here, right?
Oh, I can't wait for this.
Is it really all that bad that they're doing a one-time pop-up for someone who loses their first ship to pay $5 for however much
Wait.
Plex that is, and then however much disc you would be able to buy with 110 Plex?
Who is...
Is it the end of the world?
Wait, what are you talking about? Who's doing a pop-up like this for $5?
Redline, for 1 second. I'm confused. My button says resubscribe. What do I do?
So that's a
Press the
bug.
button.
You can submit a ticket if you want to,
uninstall.
and within about 3 to 6 business weeks, we'll get back with you with a solution. It won't be the solution that you want, but we'll get back to you eventually.
Okay, thank you. All right.
But you can click it anyways.
Well, it
And you
says
know
only
what?
click the subscribe button, so I don't know what to do next. They haven't given me enough detail. I don't know. Like, do I just lose my time? I lose my shit. I have to go play Eve, buy Plex. Is that what I have to do now? Because I don't know the difference between subscribe and resubscribe.
Just press the button, dude.
I'm currently getting spammed with Villy saying "Jack to the fucking tits" because people are gifting so many subs. I appreciate you guys participating in this meme. This has been a great meme. I love this. Anyways, so to start the night off right, before we jump into the trash talk and all that kind of stuff, I do actually want to give you something for the time that you're spending watching this. So what I'm going to do is I've got a shit ton of partner skins, and I'm just straight up going to give them all away tonight. All of them. And I'm just going to do that, because why the fuck not? I don't need them. Nobody else needs them. I'm not going to give them all away. But most of them, right? So the first one, we're going to do the brand new one. It's going to be a Megathron, the new partner Megathron skin. I'm going to put that giveaway in the thing, and you'll be able to do that here within the next few moments. You just type raffle or something. So I'm going to put that in there, and then we'll just continue the show in the background. Sorry to interrupt whatever conversation we were having. Were we talking about a war? Is that what we were doing? Or
The war's irrelevant. There's no actual war.
is the war
Goons haven't
irrelevant?
gotten kicked out of 1DQ yet, so that means they basically have all 4 regions and the exact same super cap umbrella that they used to. I think they're winning. We can move on.
Okay. And what does everybody else think? Like, does everybody else have that same kind of thought? Or I'm sensing a little bit of sarcasm there. Just a tad bit of sarcasm. Is that true?
I'm just saying because they can use bombers and generate kill mails with those bombers. So basically, they're the strongest alliance in the game, and they'll never stop being the strongest alliance in the game.
We talking about Bombers Bar? Bombers Bar is an NPSI group, not an alliance.
No, we're not. We're not talking about Bombers Bar. We're talking about Goons. And
Remember
we're saying
how last week Billy said that Goons have been reduced to being Olmeca Gold?
I mean, they would be down to one small Amar tower without shields, and they'd be like, "See, you still haven't kicked us out. We're still there. We're winning." And let's be honest. It's all got to be in context, right?
I'm still expecting that one day they will brag about how they're still winning because we haven't destroyed their NPC station yet.
how do we do that?
I don't know.
Okay.
We reenact BTAC R.
That
Petition
doesn't seem
CCP to remove all NPC space from nullsec and flip it.
Reenact BTEC R, another super cap battle with the opposing side against Goons lost. Sure.
That was really cute. Anyway.
So like I don't really understand the. So Ultra, maybe you can shed some light on this for me because I'm really curious how you can go from being the strongest like power projecting alliance in the entire video game of EVE Online, and then suddenly you become reduced to killing stupid people and supers and Rorquals and shit, and that's something to be proud of. Like
Yeah, because it took 103 blue alliances of 105,000 people to do it. So yeah, I'm fucking proud
You
of
have
it.
15,000 people inside your main alliance in the coalition. Your coalition
Yes.
acted on a block level for years on end. Do you think that other people just deciding we're not going to deal with this anymore, we're going to kick them out of their space, and needing a fair few alliances to do that means that you're somehow winning the war now?
I never said we were winning.
Yeah, and that
I
wasn't
said
really
I'm proud of it.
what I'd asked. But what I was really asking was, are you proud of the fact that the entire coalition has become a glorified, like, for lack of a better word, a glorified Olmeca Gold coalition?
Yeah.
Like I love Olmeca as a person, by the way, but I do know that his whole thing was killing supers and Rorquals and shit. And now that's y'all's whole thing. So like, if Test or whoever is losing these ships decides to go and do their ratting and mining in Esoteria, which is a region that they now fully control again, outside of your jump ranges, what are you gonna do then? You're just gonna sit there?
How does it feel to only be able to do what one person could do with an entire alliance?
I mean, we're reduced down to a single constellation where we're outnumbered every time we go outside of it. So it is what it is.
Olmeca
So you're
was outnumbered every time he undocked?
Yeah, he was. It's literally us just finding content while we wait for you guys to stack up and do something.
Okay.
You guys have more people,
That's
so
fair.
you should be able to do a bit more than him.
Do I need to restate it? We're just sitting here waiting for you guys to sack up and do something and generating content for ourselves.
And that's fair. That's totally fair.
It
So
could take us months and months and months to sack up, as you put it. Just to be fair, right? So
No, yeah,
just be
absolutely.
prepared, right? Just be prepared.
And
'Cause
we've got months and
we
months
get
and
to
months.
decide when we do that, right? Not
No,
you.
you
That's how that works.
actually don't have months and months.
How do you figure? Because we're not going anywhere.
I mean, you have it best like 2 weeks before you dissolve. Like I heard it at the barbecue last weekend.
Oh well, then obviously that's a fact. I'm
Well,
sure it was
you
on. If
can't-
it was, well, let me ask you this: was it on Reddit?
You can't be at
Um,
barbecues. There's a pandemic.
No, the
Most
pandemic's
people
over.
are
Don't
vaxxed,
worry
so-
about the pandemic. It's
Most
over
people
now.
in some countries.
If it was on Reddit, then it's true.
Yeah, no, it was on Reddit. It got
So it must-
downvoted a lot, which means that it wasn't supporting a goon thing. So that's why it got downloaded. But it is truly like that's what I heard, right? Either way, the thing is though is that I have never really thought about. I never thought that I would see goons be content to set and wait for somebody to destroy them. Like,
We're fighting a defensive war. We
It's
have
almost
to
like this is an excuse
Gerg,
they're making. to
don't
feel
interrupt
better.
him don't interrupt people when they're talking. We're having a chill night, bro. Let him answer the question. Go ahead, Altari.
honestly lost my train of thought there. So
God damn
Sorry.
it, man. You said you're fighting a defensive war, which is what everybody says when they're fighting a defensive war.
well, yeah. So we're fighting an offensive war, and we're turtled up. So we can't go on the offensive because we're outnumbered, we're outgunned, we're out everything, we're cornered. So I mean, what it comes down to is we can defend this space, and I mean, push comes to shove, we'll see what happens.
But we can just let you keep doing that forever, right?
In theory, yes, but
So how long should the concept of it? Like, if you think of it in terms of like a blockade, right, or something like that, like, is it good to let a blockade run like a little short period of time, a medium amount of time, or a long amount of time? How do blockades generally work?
what do you mean by that?
So if you're going to set up a blockade, or you're going to tell all your people to like, look, just go set up a blockade for a little bit of time, or a medium amount of time, or are you planning to set up a blockade for a long amount of time? Because blockades in general work better when they're X period amount of time. Which is the answer out of those three?
There is no answer. It's situational.
That's not true. Blockades
not
work
true.
better when they run for a long time. That's just how blockades work.
In
So-
fact, if you're the party being blockaded, it would be advantageous to break the blockade as soon as possible. That way, your lines of communication, your lines of trade, your lines of, well, anything are no longer cut off.
But is it really possible to blockade someone in EVE Online?
Not completely, no, but the concept is in essence what's happening, right?
Sure. But if you've got an actual proper blockade, nobody can get through, and blockades worked because the people that were being blockaded had to travel on horses and with carriages and things like that.
Or they get desperate and they make a mistake, or they try to break out, or other things happen, right?
Sure, but in this case, it's just you just jump a freighter in. I mean, sure, sometimes the freighters just die, like we saw the other day, but you
To
know,
the tune of like
a lot of
100 billion.
yeah, but a lot of times, you just get in and you're fine. So
But
realistically,
Redline, have you
yes.
seen what's happening in NPC Delve to all their structures? They're almost gone. So what are they going to use as midpoint? Because you can't jump to 1DQ from Losak.
There are no Imperium structures in NPC Delve, and there haven't been for a while. A little behind the curve there.
Yeah, I think
But
I
there's
think that
also
there's,
NPC stations, so
there's new structures that get dropped periodically, and then those are the ones he's probably talking about killing. But yeah, NPC stations exist, and then
Towers.
if we don't put something on those stations, then yeah, it's just you just get in and out. But like Vlad says, you can also use Ermelin. I mean, it's an asset safety system, so a lot of shit's there already anyways. But the big thing is, though, is that that's the whole So everybody ran with the containment narrative, right? Like, oh, we're contained. I guess we can't go anywhere. But look, we're going places and we're doing things. We're not contained at all. Ha 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 ha. But that's not really what containment means, right? When I said that, and what is happening right now within like this actual war is that everything's in a summer lull, right? COVID restrictions are ending. People are going out and doing other stuff besides setting in a video game, playing in 10% tie-dye for space pixels. Like, there's a lot better things to do, especially when the game is constantly trying to screw you over. Speaking of, this pop-up just won't fucking go away. It's so strange. Anyways, I guess I just don't know why you are proud of being reduced to just being able to kill supers and stuff. Like, I get it's fun, but before you would have been able to cross the galaxy and just kill anything you wanted to, but now you can't.
Because I don't have to leave the region. I can log in, kill shit, and log out. You know how much fun this is? This is the best thing that's ever happened to Delve.
Is it? Is it
Yeah.
really?
The amount
are
of
you
content
saying-
that's at our front door is phenomenal.
So what if it stops? What if it all shuts down and all you can do is scream on Reddit about how your enemies aren't doing anything, and sit on talk shows and talk about how your enemies aren't doing anything? They're cowards, they're weaklings. Yet you sit in the constellation doing nothing. Like, what happens then? That's my real question. Do you continue posting, or do you start to realize that you're just sitting there?
I mean, it's a cute attempt to railroad me and get me to say that, basically give up. Like, it's adorable, but like I in my personal opinion, this is the best thing that's ever happened to Dell, and you guys won't stop. Like, there's too many
It's
people.
also my personal opinion that this is the best thing that's ever happened to Delve.
Yeah,
But
Just throwing
but
that out there.
my question for you though, I'm not trying to railroad you. I'm not trying to do anything. Like, honest to God, I am not trying to be the apparent pappy spin master that people say that I am. I'm just asking an honest question. Like, if right now everybody in Goons is satisfied because the supers are
I don't
dying.
speak for Goons. I speak for me.
Okay, yeah. So from you, like, what would you do if everything stops and you're not killing supers every couple days, or you're not killing Rorquals 3 times in one day, which was hilarious, by the way.
That was pretty good.
That was good. But if you're not doing that, then what do you actually do?
Oh, and the best part was I logged in again and he was out mining again.
Why didn't you kill him a 4th time?
Oh, I didn't have a Sino on me.
You should always have a
pretty
Sino on you.
obviously nothing of value was lost if he was able to replace it so quickly.
Oh yeah.
Well, either that or you just spent a lot of time mining and building up money and wealth before. But that's my whole question, and nobody really wants to answer that question. Some thanks 1973 says it's a trap question. I wish it was a trap question, but honestly, my brain's not in the trap questions tonight. I just finished purchasing a house. I'm getting the keys tomorrow. I'm too excited to try to trap people into saying shit that is. I'm too excited to try to trap people into saying shit that I want them to say. I don't care what you
But,
say.
I mean,
I'm
Redline.
just curious.
Do you legitimately think it's gonna stop when there's 500 of each of us sitting at either side of this gate at any given time? Like, do you honestly think that content will come to a dead halt in the middle of nowhere?
It could.
What about when it's only 200?
Then it's 200, but there's still 200 people that fight each other sitting one gate away from each other. Like, there's a very slim chance of content stopping because, I mean, push comes to shove, I'll go shoot your guys' jump bridge. That'll catalyst a fight. Am I wrong?
That's true.
Can I
mean,
ask you a
that is
question
true.
though, Alterari?
Yeah,
Before
absolutely.
you do that, I am
Why
going to
don't-
pick the winner for the giveaway. So if you see your name, DM New Eden Post on Twitch, your in-game name, and I will send you a skin. This is the only time I'm going to say it, and then we'll do a giveaway here in the next few minutes as well. I got a lot of skins to give away, so. It's
Oh,
you,
I win.
Sorry. It's fucking you. Of course it's fucking you.
What the hell?
Why would it not be
Rigged.
you? Jesus Christ.
All right, while you're in such a good mood, Alterari, I have a question.
I've been in a good mood all night, Mary. It's like, don't. I'm here when I'm here. I banter. It's fun. I have a good time here. So.
All right, I'm so glad about that.
Me too.
Why don't you guys just go out and shoot our jump bridge right now?
What, like, right now? Like, I form a fleet
said-
and go shoot your shit right now.
You said push comes to shove, nothing happens for a few weeks, then in that scenario you would go shoot a jump bridge. Why
Don't
aren't
you
shooting
guys
a
get
jump
paid
bridge?
for every fleet you ping? Why don't you?
So, yes, we do get paid. That's common knowledge. Everyone, like, we get paid for our RFCing. Why don't I just go shoot the jump bridge? Well, I don't want to right now. If one of
So
our other
what-
FCs does, they can. Like, it's not like we're banned from doing it.
No, I understand that you're not banned from doing it. I say, why would you not, as an FC, be excited to do such a thing?
Maybe he just doesn't want to.
I personally don't like grinding structures. That shit fucking annoys the shit out of me. I'd much rather fight.
Okay.
You know you're
that-
getting a fight when you do that, right?
Yeah, you
Because you
Not
just
always.
said so.
either you don't get a fight, in which case, their jump bridge shuts off and it becomes a lot easier to control that system for that period of time while it's reffed, or you do get a fight. Those are the two options. So it really does seem like a win-win in the case that you do go and try to get that fight.
Yeah,
And you guys aren't doing it. And I'm asking you, why not?
it's a dinner bill. It's for content. I don't want to right now. I have no drive to. Someone else could want to, and they go do it. Like, it's just one of those things.
Do you have no drive because you're dejected and down on playing?
And
the game
I'm
'cause you
burned out
sit in-
too. Don't
He's
forget
burned
that.
out.
'cause
He's
you sit
burned
in
out,
one
dude.
DQ
I'm so
relentlessly
burned out right now
from the excessive content.
from the excessive amount of content. Correct.
I
Too
figured
many
that was
too
gonna be
many
your answer.
supers dying in
Feed it to
Delve, you know?
Too many oracles and supers that are dying and unable to fight back.
But
Because
anyways,
that just burns me out. I'm so burned right now.
Let's burn out
So-
content. I get it.
and let me help a little bit, because somebody asked you a really simple, like, easy to jump into question, where what if there's only 200 people next door instead of 500? And you should have jumped in and said, then we attack back and take all our space back and win the war. Like, that would have been a perfect thing to say, but you didn't say that, and that's okay. That's fine. But I am genuinely curious, though. Do you think that there is a time to counterattack in this? Like, is there a point where some glorious rebellion happens and the occupied Delve, like, the people that live there, the rebels want to fight back and take back their home?
I'm not a strategist, so I don't have an answer for that. I'm an FC. I'm not a strategist, so I'm not able to sit here and say, like, yes, there's a perfect opportunity. That's not. That's not me. I don't plan strategy. I just shoot shit. Plain and simple.
I get that.
Seems like it's just us playing it safe, which I don't think like people could bash all that up.
Nah, there's
Like,
nothing
we'll
wrong.
counterattack if we're
But
There's
this
nothing
is
wrong.
where
Counterattack.
You guys are.
we'll counterattack if we're confident that Pappy isn't or won't be what it used to be. Because if we do attack, then you'll get extra numbers just from being able to say Goonies making counterattack, blah blah blah. So we're gonna make sure we get it right, and therefore it kind of makes sense to be kind of careful about it.
So an
Isn't the
alliance.
most effective way to win a defensive war to counterattack?
No,
Oh,
not
shit.
necessarily.
That fucking, I'm sorry guys, that pop, let me get rid of that pop-up again. It keeps coming back every time I lose a ship. It's so weird. Continue, sorry.
Fuck off.
You guys
Is
see
it
that
really
Reddit
every
post of
single time you lose a ship that pops up?
Yeah.
it was
it's-
a screenshot of Jay losing his levy, and it
Well,
was
in that case, it is actually pretty fucking dumb. But
with that picture on top.
I don't know. They could have done that for like, maybe the first time you lose a ship, then it wouldn't be so bad. But
Well, we're
It's a bit of a scam though, isn't it? You're paying like €5 or whatever to reimburse your exploration heron that you lost in your first wormhole or something?
I don't
It's
know what you
just
guys are
5
talking about.
It's not repairing the original ship, dude. It's you buy Plex to replace the ship. You don't pay $5 to replace the heron and everything that was fit on it. Pay $5 to get 110 Plex, and then you sell that Plex for however much that is.
Oh, I thought it was okay. Never mind.
But
If it
anyways,
was $5 to just replace the ship, I would immediately want to see supers get formed and blow each other up. And
Right?
replace.
Like, let's fucking go toe to toe again.
$5 supers, that'd be so cool. But nope.
I'm breaking out the credit card at that point.
no, God, please, no, no. Michael Scott from The Office, GIF. It is GIF, by the way. Don't say it's not. But that are we just we're just gonna bridge into that now? Like we can, because I've got a lot to say about that, and none of it's very good, at all.
Apparently, I'm a credit card warrior, so yes, I would like to take the devil's advocate position in this discussion. Sure, let's have it.
Okay, so we'll get there eventually, because people are still talking about the war stuff in the chat, and I'm sure we'll come back to war stuff later on too, once more people are available to show up, and that's fine. But so somebody said, Ronnie says, anytime Sappy leaves Sappy. Fuck, I said that out loud. Never mind. I'm done.
Clipping that.
I'm done.
What is sappy
Sappy.
supposed to mean, though?
Serenity
Serenity.
Alliance, please ignore.
But the Imperium was the alliance that has actually tried to bring about a
Yeah.
serenity.
That's the thing, right? Like, you have to admit that Imperial Legacy was the closest this game has ever been to Serenity
Or
scenario.
a coalition that was a predecessor to the Imperium, the Northern Coalition, as in not NC, the Vuk-Lao Northern Coalition. Their entire goal was to be the big, friendly, best friends forever, not fight each other.
Sounds like a
And
bit of
that
what about
became
is.
I
the
mean-
Imperium.
I guess
The
we're all
Imperium-
losing. We're all losing because look at what Frat's doing up north. Honestly,
You seen how Test could beat Fraternity, so you go do it next.
Yeah, as soon as ASCII joins Legacy, or
that'll never happen.
well, I'm just saying,
We're theory
if you-
crafting now, right?
If you were, yeah, we're theory crafting, right? In theory, you know, if ASCII does the smart thing, which, as we've agreed, they'll never do, but they do the smart thing and join a Legacy alliance.
I mean, what makes that the smart thing?
And that it's
Without
it's
Horde,
not-
you guys are nothing.
without
I'm good with
Horde,
that.
okay. I mean,
I'm
you
good with
just
saying that without Horde, they're nothing.
how what?
I'm fine with
He's a
saying that-
Horde.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, without Horde, you guys are nothing. Like, you guys cannot stand to us without Horde. Horde is the backbone.
Honk.
Stop.
They're more like a foundation that we stand on, you know?
Yeah, I mean, they're supporting. Their back must hurt
The
from carrying the entire fucking war.
Honk.
I mean, Horde's contribution has been immense, right? But they're Pappy, right? Pappy's not going to exist for much longer after the war. So
Yeah, I'd love to go back to shooting Legacy, but there are more important things to do.
exactly.
I mean, chat, when I said that, that's fucking amazing. I got really quiet in here.
Crickets.
yeah, it's because I said I was done. So somebody
Did
else
you
has to
guys-
carry the conversation now.
Did you guys hear about that new update with Blops? The bloops?
Yeah, that's gonna. I mean, it didn't. I mean, it increased their damage and it's gonna make them a little bit more go Burt, but they're not gonna. I mean, the tank is still shit. So I mean, I still see them as bridging toys, and that's
I
it.
like it, but I think they need a couple more improvements.
No.
They got the second highest resist that are possible, right? You know that?
No, I don't.
They're still.
But my multiple $billion ship doesn't tank like a Dread does. So
What?
more buffs, please.
Shut
More
the fuck
buffs,
up,
CC,
Marius.
please. Bro, all I'm saying is that Black Ops were already in a good position before the change.
Do
They
you
didn't
actually
need more
fly
DPS.
a blocks?
Okay, bro. Have you ever flown a Vendetta?
Hey Marius, are
What the
you
fuck is that
Mifune from
even?
Wish.com?
What the fuck? Dude, you can't
What do you mean? Like,
stop.
so okay, so if the Vendetta
Marius,
is over,
you
if
need
the if some
you
if
need
the
to
change,
stop.
Redline.
It's
listen,
time to stop.
You need to
Are
stop.
Are you trying
because
to
if
just
you
like
were
helicopter
explain
dick
the
because you have
analogy. Let me
a
explain
vendetta?
the analogy because apparently this wasn't obvious from the beginning.
No, it's a bad analogy.
Imagine the Vendetta was cranked, right? It was the best super by a long margin, and you
It
could,
is.
It is.
it is, right? So, does only the people who fly the Vendetta get to posit, changes to what it should be able to do? No, because there's only like a couple hundred people who have ever flown a Vendetta.
I doubt there's been even a couple hundred people that have flown a vendetta.
I don't know the actual number. I don't know how you would find the actual number. I'm just estimating.
You know who's
It's probably
not
less.
flying a
You're right, it's
Vendetta
probably-
these days? Dave Archer.
Okay, cool. Name drop Dave Archer. Awesome. Anyway, the point
Wait, there's a
is,
important question in chat. Father Dave said, "Is SCP a bottom feeding legacy group?"
Yes. Exactly. SCP is the new name of the Pappy Coalition, Secure, Contain, and Protect. It's the it's what we've got to do to keep the galaxy safe from the Blue Donut, which is the Imperium. If they had their way, of course.
2 alliances in Nuclear.
What? Two alliances.
2 alliances.
So the Bastion and Lawn and TNT, they aren't alliances, bro? You're
3
lucky
alliances.
Dom's not here to hear you say that.
that's horrible to your constituent
allies.
alliances in your coalition.
Probably
bro.
accurate insight to how they think, though. Well done, sir.
Yeah, awesome. Good.
And I speak for myself, not for Goons, but at the same time,
And also I'll even cut one down because Init is well and truly a dead alliance at this point. They couldn't even kill like what was left after most of Horde deployed.
I feel like this is a good opportunity to bridge into its next deployment on the talking points. What's that about?
Do you know what Init's next deployment is?
I do not. Fill me in, Redline.
Well, they're deploying to a syndicate to do burner missions and make money. Because every other thing that they've tried to do over the course of this entire war has turned out the same way, with nothing. And it just leaves with a whisper.
And I believe
And-
it was you, Alterari, who were saying that they were going to do things such as kill more Astra Husses up north, and that was going to be a huge contribution that in it we're going to make towards the war.
To be fair, it was probably Bill who said that.
It was not me that said that.
Because Bill does like to say things about
Hello,
Init
Billy.
and how they're... Is Bill here? Oh, Billy. You said Billy, not Bill. But Bill does like to say those things. But either way, I mean, geez. How can you say... I can't even think right now. Whew, somebody else say something. Because
Something.
I can finish my
I
Blops
can't even rag on
analogy,
it.
if
No,
that's
you
okay.
can't finish your
don't.
Blops
Please
analogy
don't.
because it's
Please
shit.
don't do that.
It's
That was
the
a really
worst.
stupid analogy. Please don't finish.
Do you honestly think Blops
Marius,
still
you're the
need a buff?
Wish.com version of Mifune. Stop.
I don't know what that means. I don't care.
Did you
what...
say Moonapoon?
I said Mifune.
Mifune.
Oh, same
Gert.
thing.
It's not the
You
same thing.
cannot unironically think that the Blops need more more buffs to their damage or their tank or something.
Wait,
they're
are you saying the
already
Black Ops
crazy.
changes are bad?
Yes.
Well, not by any means.
Oh,
I
just-
think,
Okay, you're wrong.
yeah, no one cares about you, Marius.
I mean, do you have a valid point to go with that the Black Ops are bad?
Yes.
No, he's
Aside,
like comparative
aside
again.
from comparing it to flying a Vendetta, which there's no comparison because you're talking, several billion versus tens
I mean, you're
of
willfully
billions.
ignoring the point of the comparison, but anyway.
Is the point of the comparison that those ships are more exclusive than?
He's trying to say that the people that fly him, or he's asking like,
Because
Are
I
the
was
people
asked if
that
I
fly
could
them-
fly a Blops.
if
And
are the only people that can fly him the only ones that can suggest changes for him? That was his point. It was
that's exactly the point.
a
Okay,
dumb point.
So can
It's
you
not
fly
a
a
dumb
Blops?
point. No.
Well, then why are you suggesting changes?
Because they're cranked right now. They're overpowered. All
You
they
think
do.
Black Ops are overpowered?
Yes.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
What have you been smoking?
In what realm
Yeah,
do you think
share
they're
with the group.
overpowered?
Well, the fact that they're subcaps and they can out DPS hot dreads in certain circumstances.
In what circumstance can they
Ooh,
out DPS a
yes.
Hodred?
They can pretty much, yeah.
They can out yes a
They can
Hodred at all.
apply. Yes, they can.
Okay,
They can apply more damage.
Let me
to a
rephrase.
Hodred.
Aside from a polarized Marshal, what Black Ops can outdamage a Hodred in any situation?
There's your answer. A polarized Marshal.
Okay, you're gonna that's fucking 4 dread right there. Are you fucking kidding?
Right. So, as we touched on last week, cost can't be the only factor.
But
because
it
people
is
that-
a factor.
But it is a factor. I agree, right? But there are many other ways that a polarized Marshal outclasses a Dread. You can take them pretty much anywhere. Kovops, Sinos,
Going with this.
where. Well, you keep asking me different questions. You keep derailing me, so I can't be going anywhere.
I think you're
The
doing it yourself.
reason I dislike the changes is Black Ops. It's not going to make people less risk averse in blobs. It's just going to make people who already blobs drop on the random target kill them quicker. That's all the change is going to do. I agree. I don't agree. I think the group jump mechanic is good. I think that's a very good idea. I like the Vorton changes, which coincided with the patch, but the added DPS is not going to make you see more blobs. It's just going to make the blobs that you do see fuck you even harder.
So
don't
what?
see any.
So how much?
Yes,
how
you
how
do.
much?
No, you
How much?
don't. Have you ever been on a fucking Black Ops drop in the last 5 years? It's always bombers and T3s. They are not cost effective.
You've never heard of a
grid.
you must never heard of, someone who multi-boxes and uses Black Ops as DPS. That's never
No,
a thing.
actually, I don't think I have.
I haven't either. So give me a source. Show me someone that does that.
I mean, you can just look at
No,
the
show me.
board.
Okay, I'll do it.
Don't say look
Literally
at
just
Zekiel
look at-
unless you can actually link something.
I'm saying
I never
it
thought I'd agree
can't,
with
it
Billy on
can't not happen because they do Blops drop with whole comps. They'll put T3Cs
Who?
and
I
Black
am not
Ops.
aware. I am not aware of anybody that multi-boxes Black
individuals.
Ops.
I can't name drop them. I don't know their individual names.
Then how do you know?
by Billy, lol.
Because I've seen them.
Did you die to them?
Yeah, I'm not gonna dive through my entire kill board just to prove that a Black Ops has ever been used. Like what? You're trying to?
I'm not saying they've never been fucking used, but like in the last 5 years, in the majority of Black Ops drops, do you see a Black Ops battleship? Unless you're Dave Archer losing a Marshal.
I mean, just look at a single streamer that ever gets stream sniped. They always.
I know I hunted a Black Ops guy. He was in, God, what was it? I had to buy a rattlesnake and I had to put a cloak on it. And I had a dude with a Vendetta, I think it was, or a Revenant, sitting on the other end of a Sino before the Sino changes, because this guy would just go around drone lands, hot dropping everyone. And we had to create this really complex, like, dumb way of me, like, warping to a safe, pretending like I'm cloaked and safe, but oh, he dropped me, so I immediately light the Sino. That's the only guy I know of who he solo dropped with his Black Ops.
Here's the reality. As
It
far
doesn't have
as
to be
I
a
am
solo
aware,
drop,
and
for
this
them to
is the
use.
both general consensus of the community, general feeling of the community, and general truth, as far as I am aware of it. Black Ops are not used enough because they are underpowered compared to the price, while they are usable and primarily used in situations where they drop on targets with a massive numerical superiority in what effectively is Black Ops work, where 20 people surprise jump somebody, kill them, and disappear into the night. There is limited risk, but the reality of giving them some minor damage buff will not change that situation regardless. Giving the Black Ops more opportunities, more roles, More ability to do things is a good thing and will increase their usage throughout the game for a ship class that has historically had a variety of issues that have caused significant problems for its usage.
But not every ship class needs to have like a use for every single possible scenario that you could.
And
come up
Black
with.
Ops post these changes will still not have a variety of uses for the variety. Nobody is going to be
They're
using
going to have
Fleet
one
Black
use,
Ops.
and they're going to perform better in that one use because people are still going to be risk averse in them, and they're still going to fuck you when they drop you because they're going to have Scram on the Arazu, and they're going to
Correct.
drop
They are
multiple
going
Law
to
GT3Cs with their Black Ops battleships.
Correct. They are still going to fuck you if they were going to fuck you before.
Right. So you tank less while
Difference
facing
is
them.
big.
So
So
your
it's a
argument
bad
is that
change.
no, that's the problem you're not understanding. The reality is they were going to kill you regardless when it comes to what they were doing before. The situation now with in these changes opens up new opportunities for ways to use Black Ops battleships, whether it be in smaller numbers against even small gangs to attempt to surprise them, which will lead to opportunities for them to be baited back. There is a number of different ways you can use ships, and every time you give ships these minor increases in viability, you give these to the players, and they will find usages that I am not even able to predict because the players of EVE Online are generally very smart, very innovative, and very able to find things that you are not thinking of.
That's fine, Billy. The question was this a good change?
Yes.
Yes.
Was it a necessary change?
Yes.
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 No,
No
it's not. Because
Marius,
people
actually, just shut the
people
fuck up.
blops
You're
drop
not. You're
people
digging yourself in
blops
the
drop Vargers. People blops drop Vargers all the time.
Marius,
They were gonna
please
do
let
it
the
before.
adults talk.
You guys are all piling in on me for just
You doing this
providing
to
a this, that
yourself.
thing. I'm not doing anything to myself. You guys are keep
You're
asking me
being dumb.
questions, and I keep trying to answer them to the best of my ability.
Real
right?
quick. Billy, congratulations on making CSM again.
Cheers, bud.
I just wanted to get that out of the way. Anyways, back to dogpiling on Marius.
Right.
Well, I don't think we're dogpiling on you, Marius. I think you are. You're basically like a little bit earlier. You said you were gonna play devil's advocate and invite this. So I mean,
I know.
if you don't want this, then I mean, don't play devil's advocate. But I don't
Well,
think you're
I
playing
was-
devil's advocate here. I think
I
you're
was gonna-
genuinely you genuinely think that these changes are bad. But I think that you think that these changes are bad because you've had a run-in with a Black Ops battleship too many times, which is not a reason to think that things are bad. Like just
Right.
basically
but you're-
like what it
You're
is.
reducing
and
my argument right now.
no,
You're
I'm
arguing
not
with the
reducing
straw
your
man.
Yeah,
argument.
stop picking on Marius. You're
I'm
internet bullying
saying
Marius.
I'm saying
He
that your
deserves
argument is
I'm
personal.
not saying I'm being bullied. You're taking
I-
words out of context.
I'm saying that your argument is personal and is not
It's not personal.
okay. Well, then there's some person somewhere that none of us know, none of us have heard of, that is having a field day because they can now multi-box 10 billion or maybe even 15 billion-esque worth of Black Ops battleships, and holy cow, your entire EVE life is over because of it.
It's not, dude. It doesn't have to be the end of the world to disagree with a change.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I'm saying it wasn't necessary.
No change in EVE is necessary. All change in EVE
I
is
think
necessary.
the end of capital proliferation was pretty necessary.
Yeah. Did it end capital proliferation?
Wait, that ended?
Over time,
Spoiler,
scarcity
no.
will. Over time,
No, it won't.
scarcity will
CCP
reduce capitals.
will change the game before enough capitals die to actually change capital proliferation.
But they're making an attempt. That's all I was saying.
It's a dumb attempt.
A
Okay,
failed attempt.
cool. That's awesome.
I mean,
It's just
You're
for
really butthurt, aren't you?
just for someone to put numbers in here. So just looking at Zkill, last week, Blobs were on a total of 630 kills, Bombers on a total of 4,850. So that gives you the usage disparity between these two ships.
and I'd be curious to see what it
But
ends
your
up being
argument
after
was
this
that you
week.
never see them at all.
That was
Yeah,
my
you're
argument.
see them lower by a factor of by an order of
Compared to what?
magnitude.
Compared to what?
Bombers compared to bombers.
Yes,
Bombers-
because bombers cost how much less?
Why do
Literally
you have to
orders of
yell?
Cost
magnitude
isn't a
less.
factor. You said cost isn't a
I-
fucking factor.
You're fucking arguing with a strong man, bro. I legitimately, I can't take this as a good faith argument if you're gonna say that I was
Marius,
trying to make a point I wasn't making.
Marius, is your argument that the change is bad because it wasn't necessary?
Yes, that is my argument.
The argument fails because it doesn't matter if the change is necessary or not. CCP is going to make changes. And if the only criteria for a change being good or bad is if it is necessary, it means all changes are bad because
Okay.
there's no real
Let me
way
revise
to
my statement then, Billy. It was both unnecessary and it was harmful to a certain type of playstyle,
Which
Which
one?
playstyle?
which
Harmful
is
to crabs?
roaming solo. It's not harmful to crabs because crabs can normally counter Black Ops in some way. Do you ever see Black Ops battleships being dropped on a Rorqual? No.
But maybe you
So
will
your
now.
so your
No,
thing
because you
is
drop
that
'em in
now
bombers.
Because
instead
they didn't change the tank.
Yeah, they
the
did.
tank was increased months ago.
Right, we're not arguing about the months ago change. We're arguing about the DPS.
If you wanna argue that DPS damage is a tank as well, then technically they did buff the tank. I'd look at that as sort of a tank in certain scenarios. So
That's fair. That is.
Do you think the increased DPS will change its viability in a number of situations?
I think that it's potentially possible. Yeah, in certain because I mean they do a pretty nasty amount of damage now, incorporating that change into it. So instead of it's still more viable just to fucking drop bombers on big shit. But
And now you can group jump your Black Ops battleship, which does almost 50% more damage in any scenario.
Let me tell you
As
something,
well-
dude. I would literally pay. I would pay somebody to hot drop me with 30 Black Ops battleships. Like, I would shit my
never
pants
once
at
did
how
I say
fucking
that
cool that
anyone would
is.
ever consider putting 30
I don't-
battle.
I don't care what
You
you
total
said. I'm just
Chadman.
telling you that I think that'd be really fucking cool to see.
That would be
Even
badass-
if it was
that would be
me,
badass.
even if it was me getting killed. So like these Black Ops changes, like it's literally it's basically like if you think about it, right? So put it all in perspective. Like if you make a ship more viable in Eve, whether it's a ship that you fly regularly or a ship that you think needs to be changed, if you make it more viable in the game, that is a good change. That is a net positive change. Is it slightly overpowered? It could be. We don't know. The patch literally just came out today, so we'll find out over time.
You're not going to see
Anyways,
block doctrines anymore.
the
because
thing is,
people are
though,
still gonna be
is that
risk-averse while using
when
them.
you have
I mean,
changes
I'm gonna
that are
laugh in
just
my
dog shit,
1200
though,
DPS redeemer.
and are net negative for everything, those are bad changes. Like scarcity was a bad change.
I'll give you an example of so like beforehand, if you found a rattlesnake, for example, you may not like drop a blops on it simply because it'd take too long and there's a potential of someone showing up. But now with increased DPS, you may just be like, I'm gonna drop 2 blops on this guy and nuke him real quick. And then you drop 2 blops on the rattlesnake and you nuke him real quick.
People are never going to drop blops in a situation where there could take.
Okay, well, Marius, you're a pussy, so of course you're not. I will. I'm probably gonna drop blops.
There's all kinds of situations where people are looking to use their Black Ops.
Yeah,
and here's
like,
a great, actually, Bill's
Marauders?
example is even better. Let's say somebody's riding in a rattlesnake. Would you drop 3 bombers on that rattlesnake? Probably not. Would you drop 3 Black Ops on that battleship? Maybe so. Right? Like, especially at the lower levels is where the dynamic really shifts.
Yeah, especially in Marauders. Marauders are a great example as well because, I mean, the Black Ops they're gonna withstand the rats and NPCs and at the same time be able to nuke that. Whereas you may lose a point or something if you just drop fucking smart whatever the fucking stealth bombers.
But Marius, I do have to point out that you are bringing through some inconsistencies in what you're saying, because on one hand you said that this is going to kill roaming because Black Ops are going to be used so much, and then on the other you literally just said that someone will clip it and we'll show it to you later. Either way, now you've just said that you're not going to see Black Ops being dropped like that. So is this change going to make Black Ops be like more prevalent in the game?
All I said is
are
that
people going
Black
to
Ops
use Black Ops more as a part of this change?
Use them in the same situations as they ever were.
No, they aren't. Here, I got another one. That's going to blow your mind, Marius. Mary, stop.
When they were killed. No, because you're interrupting me, fuckface. Anyway, they're just going to kill you quicker when they decide that you're not a threat and you're an easy kill. That's it. They
Okay,
will always play Black Ops battleships risk averse. That's all that they were ever going to be done with. So
Marius?
giving them more DPS just gives them more opportunities to kill.
Marius, how
soloing-
many Black Ops losses are there on the kill board this week? Actually, I'll do it a different way. How many?
The change just went into effect, so
Right. So let's combine all of the battleships, right? So it looks like there's about 7 sin losses this week. How many redeemers? About same, a little less actually, maybe 5.
15 for the
what's
whole
it?
week.
Widows.
niche ship. I never
They're
said anything to the
5.
contrary.
What's the other one? Panther. So I know I'm just gonna try and like, let me flesh this out a sec. So, and Panther's the most popular, another 7. So about 25 Black Ops battleships are lost a week. Where are these battleships being lost?
Yeah, be sure to neglect the ones that like died bridging somebody on a station somewhere that got hit by diamond rats.
So you've got some guy in Delve trying to hot drop, looks like Ratters, and getting himself killed. You've got another guy trying to hot drop somebody doing an Eden comp site and getting himself killed. Like, these aren't like groups of people just hot. Another guy looks like he's hot dropping on a Paladin, getting himself killed. Those are the Panthers. Like, people use these ships and take them out, and they don't always just have a gang of 30 Black Ops dropping on people. The data just doesn't show that. That is one of the best ways to use Black Ops in a environment that is, how would you say, low risk. But that doesn't change the fact that it's by no means the only way, or not the only way in which Black Ops are used.
So
Yeah, I'm
Philly,
gonna
the
blow you. I'm
fact
going.
that
Marius, you
there's
already talked. It's my
people-
turn. Now, so here's something I want to blow your mind with as well. Is that whenever you get like an escalation in a site from using like a your Navy Vexer or whatever, some people, I guarantee you, are gonna start using a Black Ops to just go fucking jump to it and do it in a Black Ops ship.
So
Now,
cool.
since they have
Anyway.
more increased damage.
An increased
I'm
opportunity
going
to
to
jump on
address
that.
Billy's
Exactly.
real point now. So a couple people whelping their Black Ops does not change the fact that it's still a very risk-averse ship. And it's
Did I
still a
say it
very
wasn't?
cheap ship. No. But your
Wait,
argument.
so a Black Ops battleship though doesn't have a covert ops cloak. Have you? So, and I know this is probably you're gonna say this is some weird like debate lingo, but have you ever been like the bridger in a Black Ops fleet before? Have you and seen like probes on your D scan or whatever,
You know
and
that
had that
battleships can pull
pressure?
MJD?
Marius,
mean,
have you
yeah,
ever
they
used
do,
a Black
but-
Ops battleship before?
That don't ask him that like
I
it's
already asked that
disqualifying
question.
him from having an opinion. Like, just because he doesn't, just if he can't use it or he's never has, doesn't mean that he can't have an opinion on it, because it's a part of an
Because
ecosystem, right? It's all ecosystem. So if
Okay,
if he's involved with it, even if it's by getting killed by Black Ops, which I think is where he's basing his opinions on, and I'm sorry if you're not, but it feels like it's a personal thing instead of an actual like, hey, look at this ship, this might need some tweaks to make it more used. It's like you never want to see the thing again. But it's not risk averse. People don't use Black Ops battleships in a risk averse way. They use it in a very dangerous way where all it takes is a good probe scan and your billions-isk ship is gonna die. And that's not gonna change now. The only thing that might change is that you can use the portal generator, but that is only for 30 people, right? The big thing with Blops is that they are a good support ship because they support the bombers, the T3s that go with them. And right now, with this change, it also brings them into a better place for a solo meta, just like they did with Marauders. Now, are Marauders broken a little bit? They might be. Will Black Ops battleships be broken a little bit? They might be. But there's nothing saying that these changes have to be permanent and that they can't ever be tweaked. So like, this is one of those things where you have chosen a hill to essentially die on that doesn't even exist yet. You haven't seen the effects of these changes, but you are willing to go to town arguing against them.
everyone
Sorry.
else was taking the position that it's
Marius,
unqualified.
quit while you're ahead.
Don't interrupt him, dude. Come on. Stop it.
So your argument that we just need to wait and see, that also applies to people who think that this is an unqualifiedly good change. You realize that, right?
Of course. And we do need to wait and see. See, this is how you play both sides, right? You
And
say
you're an
like, hey,
excellent
look, we're
host,
gonna wait
you
and see.
play both sides very well, Redline.
Oh, thank you. I'm so glad to hear you see that. But no, really though, like
You're a shit host.
wow, fuck you, man. You can't honestly say that all of this is gonna be shit and not have the you don't have the information. On the same token, nobody can say, "Oh, this is going to be fantastic. This is going to be great. I know this is going to be great," but nobody has said that. They say that it's going to make the battleships used more, which is true. People are going to use Black Ops battleships more. And by bringing another ship more into the fold for EVE players to use, that is a net positive for changes as far as changes goes. I don't think you can disagree with that.
Phrase it like that. No, I can't, Redline.
And see, that's just the way you gotta imagine that everybody who phrases something you don't like is just phrasing it in a way that you can't disagree with them.
Exactly.
That is how you host Trash Talk Tuesday, by
Put me in a
nurturing
box,
kindness instead of arguments, right?
Shut the
What
fuck
is
up.
God damn it.
people in chat letting them go wild?
All right,
Stoked is-
I'm just gonna be quiet now. Goodbye.
I think Black Ops will be fun though. With I mean, it's like they needed just a little bit to make them more relevant, and I think that the damage increases that just a little bit more over the edge to make them more relevant.
Let me ask you this, Bill. Why didn't they increase their already fairly okay tank?
Well, because they already have an okay tank, as you just said.
But people already complain about how squishy their Black Ops are.
Well, they're not designed. I mean, their existence, like their life meaning in EVE, is not to sit there and fucking
Life
tank.
meaning is at the whim of CCP.
What? I'm lost now.
Marius, what he's saying, the answer to your question, the reason that they didn't increase the tank is because you can't have a ship with the best of all worlds, right? If it's going to get a damage increase, it's not going to get a tank increase at the same time. Now, if it comes out that these ships are seeing more use and they are dying at a disproportionate rate and it's not due to pilot error or anything like that, then you might see a change to the tank. You might see that come on down the line. God damn it, why am I the voice of reason on this?
What the fuck?
How? Look, listen, I have two words to say, okay? Actually, it's a few more than 2 words. First off, fuck goons and fuck you fucker, you guy, trash talk guy.
Well said.
Yeah.
Are we going to talk about the initiative today?
We did.
What?
We will later. We'll get to that.
What is that infographic that just popped up on the screen?
It's a pop-up that I
lost
can't get
it.
rid of. Like
Every time Redline the ship, he gets a $5.90 or $4.99 opportunity to replace it.
it keeps popping up, and it's not about the ship, it's about the stream. It's like encouraging people to spend money for nothing, and then they just go do something else because all I care about is getting their money. I heard about it somewhere, and I'm just kind of parroting it at this point. But it keeps coming back, and I keep trying to remove it, but it won't go away.
Whoever did this should put the no problem up under wasted your time, so that way it doesn't blend in with the Plex.
That's no, stop it. That's the joke. Anyways,
Can we counter for the amount of times Redline has had to explain a joke tonight?
Yeah, we need to get counter going.
We're up to at 5, and that's pretty substantial for how long it's been going. Like, that far exceeds average, in my estimation.
Well, you know what? I am kind of. I think that the Black Ops battleships. So if we're sticking on that for this long, I think honestly that all of us here can agree that it's kind of just a wait and see thing. We need to see what happens if it brings Black Ops more into the fold, and if them being more in the fold is a good thing or a bad thing. But we're not going to find out today. We'll probably find out within a few weeks or a few months. Does anybody disagree with that?
I mean,
You're
like,
right about that. But
I know that I'm
one
going to
of-
use them more. So if I know
Yeah.
I'm going to use them more, then there's other people like me who are going to use them more. So
Yeah, I
I'm,
know
I'm
for
in the market for one right
that's
now. So
that's a self-interested argument, Bill. I'm
no,
sure
it's just
that comes from a
have you not ever?
personal frame of reference, right? So your argument is definitely invalid.
You know that Warren Buffett always says
established
that
so far.
whenever you're making an investment, look in your closet and see what you have in your closet, and then go invest in that. Came from Warren Buffett, so not me.
that's a weird saying. But
Is it?
Buffett also owns a lot of sweatshops. That came from me.
Okay, we're drifting.
Yeah.
We're
I
I'm
wouldn't
gonna
be
go get another
surprised if
glass.
it's probably like many of the other changes where these are the changes that they have organized now, but there's probably some longer element down the road where some more changes will happen, and then we'll be like, aha, that explains really why they did that. I mean, they're okay today, right? Like moderate, but then they'll take on additional meaning when they make other changes down the road to something else.
Well, has CCP ever actually done that? Like a change
Yeah,
that doesn't
yeah.
make sense now, then makes sense X years in the future when they
I
make
wouldn't say
another change.
years, but
No.
quadrant or two. Yeah, they do lots of those actually.
I've never seen one.
I've never seen one.
Can you name one, please? Because
Actually,
I've never seen.
I know one. I know of exactly only one.
Which one is it?
Getting removed?
No,
well,
it's
the scarcity set up industry changes, which will set up probably T2 changes, etc. Right? Like those are long-running sets of changes that are strung together.
but they're not really interconnected except for one, which is that
everything is interconnected.
Well,
You guys know when
I
they
mean,
made
yeah.
it
Have
so
you seen
like
cost code?
you know when you can see like how much you rep or receive reps from Logi? And then that means they'll have Logi on kill mails. Right, guys? Right?
We
Billy,
wish,
Billy,
Rain.
please.
God, for your sake, Rain, I really hope Eve does last forever because it's going to be centuries before that happens.
So they
2013.
should put links on kill mails.
Actually, you remember Lynx is another good one too. You remember how they expanded grid sizes? You used to not be able to see farther than like what was it, 300 or something like that.
Two.
And then
They
they
should put whoever you were approaching on kill mails so you can see the FC. Like, where does this end?
But so anyway, when they expanded the grids, like I think it was at least 6 months, if not longer. Eventually, they put links on grid. So like that was like a predictive change too. Then I don't know if they ever explained why they made grid sizes bigger, but that was whatchamacallit.
So you couldn't fuck with grid foo.
I remember bouncing
too.
around in my Tengu, having bookmarks set up so you could stretch the grid out so you could see them, but they couldn't see you when you walked off to various bookmarks.
That's
there were some pretty messed up. You could set up a really good defense on a gate by artificially compressing the gate so they can only see like 100 kilometers out.
Yeah.
That is cheating as hell.
Grid foo was some pretty fucked up shit back in the day.
I've got a bookmark at the moment in the 1DQ constellation where I can sit under a keep star and you guys can't see me and I can't see you unless I move like 200 kilometers up.
Yeah, I got that bookmark.
Oop.
Yeah, it's bloody great.
So anyways,
It's like, hey kids, you want to see a magic trick? I'm disappeared.
So somebody does ask an interesting question in chat. Did Init do grid foo in Fountain? I'm gonna ask, did Init do grid foo up in drones? Because Bill, I think it was you that said that we were gonna see what Init could do, and you even posted a meme that got quite a few awards on the site that we're
We
not
saw what
talking
they could
about.
do.
That was saying that we were at the top of a hill and Init was a snowball, and it seems as though the drone land just got a little too hot for Init, the snowball. What happened there? Your prediction didn't come true, man. What's up?
Hit a boulder.
Goblins paid in it like 2 trillion S to fuck off.
Did they?
Yeah.
That sounds interesting. Do you have a source for that? Do you have receipts?
I can't disclose that information.
I wish you never disclosed any information.
Never talked.
Yeah, sorry to end the argument or whatever thing you were trying to push there so quickly, but
Just saying,
what?
you don't have like any proof that there was this 2 trillion transaction. So that
You're
Init
correct. He
It
doesn't
certainly
have any
makes
proof.
more
It's not
sense
real.
than most of what goons tell me.
What do goons tell you?
Yeah, what do they tell you?
Fountain was just a floodplain. Was just a floodplain. Whatever.
Bills in our
Da-da-da.
wallets.
We will fight on every
Shut the
keep star. There will be blood. Banned
Please,
from
objective-
Ironhead.
please
The
don't
bits
ever
right
say
out
Delve
your
was in your
fucking
wallets
hammers.
again.
Objective.
But no, so we can talk about Init. So guys, if you're in Pandemic Horde or any of the
Hold
other
on, Red
satellite alliances that live up in drones, you're safe because apparently Init needs to make money. So that's what they're doing with their next deployment is they're going to go make money, and I'm sure they'll come back eventually to kill the LXQ jump gate one more time. So I mean that could be pretty inconvenient, but until then, the beans are safe. Good job, beans.
Yeah, imagine not being able to beat Standing Fleet.
Just Standing Fleet. Oh, I'm sorry, Major Jump Clone. That's a thing.
Commiserations, Villy, for CSM 16.
Yep.
Yeah, may God have mercy on you, Billy.
Hey, is this your final turn before you have to take a break?
One
Yep.
last time into the breach.
Aw, man, I was really looking forward to serving with you on CSM
You're not
17
gonna get
next year.
CSM 17.
Yes,
Are
I
you going-
fucking am.
No,
I'm gonna
you're not.
win. I'm
Yeah.
gonna be number one on every ballot.
Redline, if you win CSM 17, I'll give you 50 bill.
Lady Scarlet already said that I'm NC's ticket, not you.
No, she didn't.
Yeah, she did.
She said that they would put me on the NC ballot if I was on the TTT ballot, and I am the TTT.
I
Right?
don't think we're the right TTT.
I
Wait,
predict that the CSM candidate who will replace Billy as the test number 1 next year will be Rich Richmond.
no, it'll be me.
I
It'll
don't think.
definitely be Ron USMC.
It'll be me or Thomas or Jeremy, I reckon.
I think Zenario
Jeremy?
will get on
Let's
CSM
not
again before
J-
fucking.
Yeah, let's put Jeremy and Marius on the CSM.
Please don't.
What makes you think you can get
Begging
2
you.
without PamFam?
Jeremy?
I mean, you're not wrong. In reality, I probably don't have the votes for 2 without PanFam. We had
Speak of
a
the
pretty
devil, I
unique.
forgot.
Oh no.
Oh, are you announcing your CSM 17 run too, Jeremy?
Oh my god, he's got
Why
the
not?
tag. Billy,
We
say
had
what you were gonna
a
say.
we had a kind of a confluence of situations where Frat didn't have a candidate, and at the same time, Brave didn't have a candidate, and
It's
there
still
wasn't
alive.
really any other candidates in AOM or XIX. So we definitely felt that we had an opportunity to take advantage of that and get another candidate. Between the Happy Coalition, we felt we had 4.2 to 4.5 votes worth of candidates, and that panned out to be almost exactly correct. And we split the votes as best we could to try and make sure we hit our mark, and we ended up with 4, which is pretty happy about. Obviously, it would have been nice if we could have got that 5th, but that was definitely a reach and a stretch. And it's pretty good.
So, speaking of CSM, there were some people that said that now that it's all just a meta game at this point, because the first thing that people were saying was like, haha, we got 4 people and you only got 3. Like, do you think that there's any kind of truth to that?
No.
Do you think the people that actually got put on the CSM this year, like some of them didn't actually deserve to be there?
Sorry, let-
Correct. Yes.
Oh, okay.
I would agree as well.
During war, people were gonna vote on like fucking coalition lines. Like, what do you expect?
I mean, every Pappy candidate is worth, is better than all the Imperium candidates combined, right? So it's like you're creating this situation where we just contribute more value.
No lies detected there.
I don't know. I think if
that
people think Kenneth contributes positive value, they're wrong. But whatever.
You think Kenneth doesn't?
That's the
doesn't
stupidest
think
thing
that?
I've heard all night.
Kenneth was probably like the most important CSM this
Yeah,
year.
he is very influential, but I would argue that his influence is acting the wrong way.
It's good you know nothing about the way the CMSM operates then.
Then it's good that you didn't win.
Maybe
Well,
we'll see
like-
about that next year.
Sure.
Yeah, we'll see. You're not
I
gonna
had
win.
to come and
Weren't you
see
the
who
one
idiot was who
advocating
said
against
that.
Arcia because you believe some bullshit on Reddit? Was that you?
That was me. I did make a mistake with that judgment.
Yeah, did you
Turns
come
out
out and publicly
Maldavius is
apologize
even
for
more
her?
crazy.
Did you come out and publicly apologize to her or no?
You know what? I will. I will in a bit, actually.
How about right now?
Can you do that now?
You can
on
do that
this
now.
public-
Sure. I'm going to say that, sorry, Arcia, I misjudged you based on rumors that were unfounded. And in fact, the ire should have been going the other way around.
I mean, the fact that you were man enough to openly apologize on a talk show like this says a lot.
Yeah, man, I
Listen-
was all ready. I had like a script to like attack you, and now I can't. Like, what
Yeah,
the
that
fuck?
was. But not only that, it's like
Get wrecked, Rain. Fucking noob.
No, that's good. I appreciate that.
But anyways, so a lot of people, I think I saw at least 3 or 4 people are on their 3rd term, like consecutively. So they
Myself,
can't run
Gobbins,
again.
Merkelchen, and Nominate are all final terms this year, and will not be able to run next year.
So it is going to be kind of interesting to see who
how does it-
replaces you guys, though. I
Hey,
mean, obviously,
Altari,
I'll be one
run
of
with
them.
me.
Do you
What's
just
up?
have one?
Run with
year-
me.
I'm not running for CSM.
Come on, man. We can do it.
No, not happening.
Altari outvote for you.
I mean, I'm sure
Aw.
Imperium will find some bureaucrat, or maybe they'll get somebody good to run, like Asher, or somebody with some knowledge. And I'm
I'll
sure
run, I'll
Horde
run.
will have, somebody reasonable to go as well.
I'll run
And
just so I can.
I'm
sit
sure
side by
Test
side
will
with
be
Ro-
able to find a specialist in something that should be put on the CSM, and we'll do so.
I mean, I don't know why you guys are
I
talking
mean-
about that. I'm going to be on the top of all of your ballots anyways. So, like, you're
Is
So
just
how
going
is
to
shit
vote for
talking a
me.
specialization?
Would you put me on the top of your guys' ballot? Not the top, but would you put me on your ballot if I ran?
Who's
No.
asking?
I'm going to take a wild guess and speculate that next year Horde's top candidate will probably be RDMR.
Redeem
Who
me?
said? Who was asking if we were going to put them on the
Ultra.
ticket? Sorry. No,
Altsari.
sorry.
You wouldn't?
On the top, no. Like
I wouldn't say top, like on the ballot at all.
Like, here's the thing. Like, before things got going in this campaign, there was actually a case where we were considering putting Angry on our ballot because he seemed like he actually knew a little bit about industry. I mean, obviously we've been disillusioned of that one, and it never ended up happening anyways. But
A number 8 on the Brave one for all the good that did me.
yeah, it shouldn't have done you any good, right?
No.
But like the reality is the opinion of Test, in general, or me representing Test, and that's being kind of thing, is that at every opportunity, the players of this game should use this opportunity to put people who understand the game in specific and technical ways onto the CSM. And
So
who
my
provide
affiliation-
fundamental. Say what, sorry?
I'm an FC. I play the game. I have a decent knowledge, I would think, but my
Correct.
affiliation doesn't matter, right?
It's not that your affiliation doesn't matter. It's the way the votes would be processed, and are you a better candidate for us than somebody else?
Okay, that's fair. I don't know how it works. I would have to do research.
My goal is to run for CSM and be at the top of every single individual's ballot.
All right.
Of
Calm
every
Not
coalition.
happening. Bill, that's not happening.
I'm already in talks currently right now, so shut your fucking mouth.
Talking with Billy.
I'm in talks with different individuals. I prefer not to say their names out in public.
Like, honest to God truth, if a wormhole candidate would have come to me, there probably could have been a good conversation. Because I know, who's the Hard Knocks guy that didn't get to run?
Norseco.
Or
No.
Gorader.
Oren, yeah, he came to me right at the start, and like, I didn't really like him on the first impression I got with him in terms of putting him on the ballot, but it's not to say it wouldn't have happened, right? But he obviously didn't run, and then no other wormhole candidate even came to us, like, looking for votes.
I think they probably thought that going to a block for votes is counterproductive.
It's
Yeah.
it
Well,
is
then-
and
They
it's
get
like,
people on, right?
you're,
If,
yes,
if they
you're-
think it's counterproductive, then that's good for them. But like,
But that's why they don't
the
You
have
way
know-
to get on is to
representation.
go through the block vote, because that's the biggest chunk of votes in the game. Like that's how you're going to get on. You have to be on a block ticket.
Oh no, I
just want
think
to
they.
call out a good quick burn here. Slum Gina 719 said that Bill, I heard your alts don't even want to vote for you, and my hat
That
is
is
off.
worthy of
to
a
you, sir.
golf clap.
Speaking of
That's a pretty
voting,
good one.
guys, speaking of voting, there is a poll in the Twitch chat. And also we're gonna do a giveaway in another few minutes here, so stay tuned for that. Make sure that
I'd
you
rather
vote in
drink
the
glass.
Twitch poll, please. That
Wait,
is
who won
such.
the character?
Nobody won the caracal. The one I vote, it's where he's gonna win whatever skin he wants. So we'll see, and then we'll do another one. I've got 6 types of skins, and I'm gonna give you whichever one you want, and we'll do
Lawyers,
another
how I
one
won the
in a
first.
few minutes.
So, Altuari, on Reddit at the moment, my top upvoted like fucking thing out of the entire career was that conversation between you and me in when we were fighting in Helm's Deep.
Hilarious.
Honestly, we need a CSM to bite the bullet and fucking lobby for PVE in the game at some point.
You think?
What do you think Mike Azariah does?
Well, I thought he was more focused on new player experiences.
What do you think new players do?
I'm sorry, but
Quit.
level
Crap.
5, level 4 missions are not new player experience.
Oh,
They
level
are
5?
elite.
I know. I think Sutonia gave feedback on level 5s because I remember those were like a huge thing when he first got on CSM, and I like talked to him about it. And he said he was like advocating for like balancing them because they were so like people would just AFK farm them in complete safety.
Is now a good time to go on a slight like CSM wish list rant? Is a good time for
This
that?
is not a good time for that. This is
Not really.
we're
Good
sitting
time.
here talking shit to each other. You got a wish list, send it to William private message, and he
Um,
can probably ignore it.
The rant should have been done when they were campaigning, because that way they could promise you whatever the fuck that you wanted and
Yeah, but I
for
still
your vote.
wouldn't have voted for them because
But
I vote the
my
party
thought
line,
is-
obviously.
is that the basis, the fundamental, like the fucking cement that you put on the ground that the House of Eve is built upon
The what?
is
The quicksand,
the
yeah.
Wait, excuse me?
PVE. As much as we don't like it, PVE is where all the fucking content's generated.
Crabbing is bad, Reed.
People advocate for PV though, or at least talk about it.
I don't
And
think it's
CSM.
talked about enough.
I agree. I feel like level 4s and 5s, and maybe even level 3s could use a makeover, to say the least. I mean, new content, add new missions, take away some of the older ones.
Well,
Well,
not just that, anomalies and stuff
You
like
have
that.
to remember that, like, for the longest time, CSM could say, or anyone in Eve, actually, I should say, could be like, "Hey, can you please fix the missions?" And CCP would be like, "Oh no, we can't touch missions." And then only recently have they started coming out with missions, because that was always my perception. When I would talk about it, I'd say, "Hey, like, change the career agents." And all the feedback I got was it's impossible. But like, you guys remember a couple of years, was it 2018? When they were changing the anomaly respawns because for the longest time it was just like outrageous, like what was it, 20 roracles and one system could just endlessly farm anoms nonstop, and they finally changed those. I don't know if that was feedback from the CSM, but those when the changes came out to like mining anoms. I think
So
like
many
ratting,
Titans.
yeah, and then like ratting anoms got changed a bit too. Like the Titan DD got changed, and that affected PvE as well with bows and ratting. There have been changes. It's just like not really fun to talk about because like if CCP were like, "Hey guys, we changed up burner missions," everyone would be like, "Who the fuck cares?" Like nobody cares. They're like, "Hey guys, we changed the like Sisters of Eve epic arc so you can do it once a month instead of once every 3 months." Everyone would be like, "I don't care. Like who cares?" Like that's why it's not really cool.
Yeah, I think
Seems a little projection.
Addressing the anomalies is probably the best route to go because that's where all the supers and titans and fucking all your Rorquals and capital ships died, right? Was in
Yeah.
the anomalies and stuff like.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I mean, not just changing the anomalies, but coming up with new ones. So like ones that are Titan specific or whatever. If ideally if you have super capitals wanting to be out in space more in non PvP like manner or capabilities, then yeah, have them do ratting, and then that way they're out in space and then they can get caught, and then you have combat or something to fight over, or people have a reason to use their bridge Titans for more than just bridging.
This is a great productive conversation. So I'm gonna derail it and do some little trash talking. Fuck Dappy. When are you guys gonna sack up and actually do something?
Hey, so setting that aside, what are we gonna do about ratting? If there's no tracking Titans because Hog Guns got removed, like, is there gonna be bows and ratting again? Probably not.
Oh, that's a good point. I just assumed people bosun ratted because I would watch. It was like Kill a Bee and Big Red Boat. They would just stream bosun ratting, and I had no idea what was happening besides
Right.
bosons.
So
What
to
if
finish
what if
off a wave,
Marius? What if they had NPC dreads they introduced into the game or something?
Wait, those things are
the
already
thing
in game.
about the
Yeah, they
Oh
have
wait,
those.
is and
they're already in there. Oh my god, why don't they just make more of them then?
Because they'll be too overpowered, like Black Ops battleships. Sorry, that was
think you
low-hanging
can-
fruit. Oof.
with just bosun and your guns, which take capital ammo, you think that's going to be worthwhile to shoot a bunch of dreads? They're going to have to change how much a dread bounty is because
No one's going to
God.
think about this when Titans cost
Guys, we
260
are
billion.
actively guiding Marius on the path to a solution right now. Do you see this happening real time?
I
saying
don't.
this-
All I see is that
Look.
Marius took an opportunity for some glorified, like, bona fide trash talk, and he said, getting away from that, like he's the boss or something. What? Do the
Well, we got
trash
Big
talk
Bill the
again,
boss here,
Altieri.
so-
Saying
Do the trash talk again. Do it again. I want to make sure that you're heard, okay? Do it again.
But I don't want to hear him.
That's
Well, look, Altieri was probably the best thing that happened to the AUTZ because he
Thank you.
actually nutted up and came out and fucking fought in all kinds of random shit. And every single one of your fucking AUTZs, yourself included, Luke, if you're still watching this, don't fucking fight unless it's in your system and in a hack.
Appreciate you.
You
Supper
Damn.
systems.
destroyed my sleep schedule.
I did what?
Destroyed my sleep schedule.
How did I destroy your sleep schedule?
I literally go to sleep at like 3 a.m. because of you. I fucking hate you.
all right.
Hey,
But you
What?
did have an important question, right? You said when is Pappy gonna sack up and do something?
Pinky slam and drive. Yeah, I did ask that, and I'm directing that mostly at Billy.
Oh,
I don't know. Whenever we feel like it.
They got to get out of their containment first, which is.
I
Gonna be a
mean,
tough
you
one.
guys are the bitch. You're waiting on us, right? Like you're
We're in
gonna
the
sit there and
defensive
take
war.
it because you can't do shit else. So
The defensive war. We will defend the way we see fit, and we are waiting on you to accomplish your goal of evicting us from Delve.
cool. We're gonna take our time and attack as we want because we're the attackers, so we get to decide when we want to attack and when we don't. And you guys can sit there, pout in your little fucking constellation, and wait for it.
I love this paradox that we've like accidentally created here.
Right?
It's like, no, you need to attack faster. No, you need to defend faster.
I'm not saying that they need to defend
you.
faster. I'm saying you're fine to sit there and wait for us, and you will get it when I feel like giving it to you.
Is this some like
Sounds like this-
BDSM thing?
Yeah, I was kind of trying to lean towards that way.
It sounds like,
Like,
an unhappy married couple right now. Is what it sounds like.
That's
if you
not
were.
what it. Bill, you're misunderstanding
sounds
the
like-
BDSM dynamic.
I
Billy,
was
did you
getting the
take the
dynamic
quiz?
Rain, but I don't think
Yeah,
he was.
So Billy's the dom, Bill, you're the sub. Subs don't get to do anything unless
I
the
don't-
dom says.
I never agreed to this. I did
That's
not.
the point.
Bill's definitely a
Bill,
power
guess
bottom.
what? You don't got a safe word, bro. Like,
If you don't have a safe word is the safe word.
Hey, Big or Bill, you need to realize the second you undocked, you consented.
Rain knows
Jesus
what she's
Christ.
talking about.
the second you anchored a structure, you also consented as well.
This is.
Okay, let's use different verbiage.
Yeah, this is starting to get not funny. Like honestly, like
Marius
as I said,
joined
boys,
in.
like you're gonna
Poor
sit there and
guy.
you're gonna wait because that's all you can do. You can't mount a counteroffensive. You guys can't leave the constellation with anything significant. Like you are literally sitting there at the beck and call of whenever we choose to give you the dick. Like that's it.
Use your supers and do it then. Act
we
like
weren't-
you have one.
Goon's so
So-
thirsty for the pappy dick, dude.
I thought we
There's
weren't
this
going back to
new-
that. I thought we turned away from that path.
There's
What
this
happened?
new
What
game
path?
mechanic called a Sino Jammer. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Yeah, you guys used them to bitch out of every potential super fight in
His
Delve.
last patch, and I think Goons might have anchored the maximum number of them, which is 3, and they have one always running.
Yeah.
No, so where are
There's-
we supposed to?
Okay, Marius, just gate the supers in, bro. Come on, don't give
Just gate the
them
supers,
easy. Don't give them easy things. Like you're just giving them ammo right now, dude. Come on. At
Marius,
least
come on.
act like you know how this works.
Eric, you're supposed to be on the solution, right? That's what we got you on here for.
I mean, if they think that just gate your caps in is ammo, then the goon was hopeless.
I have been in multiple fleets and engagements in 3-TAC-T where we have dropped the jammer and given you guys an opportunity to come in on top of the jammers and knock them out with caps. You guys did not seize the opportunities that we presented to you.
It's not how jammer control works, my man.
Angry, have you sent?
Especially in a system where you have no citadels.
Has Reddit
Oh, yeah,
sent
that's right, you
Marius
guys
his monthly plex fee for embarrassing Pappy on this show yet?
So
We need
I
to get on
Yeah, but I will add it to the ledger.
So I posted a link in the cesspool. Billy, Bill, you guys need to take that BDSM test.
Bill, get on it.
I'm taking this test right
Bill
now.
is never
take
going
it-
to admit he's my sub.
Say take it anonymously.
I'm not entertaining this conversation any further.
I'm going to
then-
entertain this shit. I'll
And
let
then
you
do
know.
the short and simple test. Okay.
You're gonna link your FetLife next to Rain?
Bill,
No.
you're acting like a bit of a
apparently
brat.
I'm 80% vanilla, and I don't know why. They don't have an ass.
That doesn't
thing as a
surprise
point-
me. You're
What
way
the
too nice.
fuck? Okay, that is true.
This is all information I wish I was not privy to.
So,
I mean, we can talk more seriously about it later, Rain, if you want to like try some different stuff. But
Oh boy, this got interesting. Anyways, you know,
Fucking Donnie.
there's a I lost it. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, this is derailed the show so bad that I don't think we'll be able to come back from that.
Are we going to talk about the initiative though?
We did, ever so slightly. Apparently, they got paid off. That's the narrative today. Is that they were paid to leave, not that
Trill
they
to
got
no longer
embarrassingly defeated by a bunch of newbies.
Yeah, it makes me think that the Imperium is kind of like a vampire that Goon Swarm sucks everything out of all their allies.
Ooh.
Say the Imperium lost the initiative.
I thought we were.
And now
Stop.
the initiative has been reduced to that.
I mean,
Gerd, can you
Test
please
relies on
elaborate?
Horde to do anything, so.
I want to hear Gerd talk some more, please. Keep on.
That was your cue to keep on.
Yeah, so Goon Swarm is yanking the chain around the initiative's neck and
Oh, wait, Goon's
Again,
yanking
another
initiative.
BDSM reference.
making them go places, but they've been Goon Swarm has fed off the initiatives for so long that the initiative can't survive on its own anymore. It's kind of like vampire and the human servants of a vampire, like whatever those are called.
Subs.
Subscribers? Did someone say subscribers? Hey, look, guess what? The pop-up's back. Did you know that if you subscribe to this channel, then you can leave and you don't have to watch this anymore because I got your money and I don't care about you?
I can't read the last.
What?
It says no prob, and then there's something after that. It's like no probability.
Oh my
or
god. I need you
is that
to
no-
know that that is how the pop-up is in the actual game, okay? It's a reference to the pop-up that's in the game. If you lose a ship and it says, "Yeah, you lost your ship? No problem. Get revenge by giving us money." It's a joke, Bill. It's a joke. Bill, it's a joke.
Okay, but I don't.
99.
I can't understand the joke if I can't read it, though. Is what I'm saying. So it says no
Can't
pro,
read to
and then
begin
there's
with.
no end.
God damn it, Bill! Read the fucking ad.
That means
Bill-
you're never gonna understand any joke. Sorry.
Bill,
I
it
feel
says
bad
no
for you.
prob, okay? I made sure that the prob was not obstructed in any way. You can see it says no prob. So you can
but no
assume
probability,
that it's prob.
yeah.
No, it's problem. You know it's problem, and you said it was problem. You're making a problem for me right now, and
You're going to cause them to have a fucking aneurysm.
No, that's not gonna be what it is. It's gonna be something different, like I don't know, a panic attack or some shit.
What
Well,
the fuck are we talking about?
I don't
We
know.
can go back to
Really?
BDSM if that's
No.
easier.
Red
That's fine.
line. You
Okay,
can
let
play.
me-
For me.
You can
Oh,
pay
but then-
$4.99 for me to correct your jokes that they're actually funny if you want.
All right. So we've talked about Black Ops. Marius hates it. Everyone else hates Marius. We've talked
Yep.
about the initiative deploying to Crab. apparently nobody wants to talk about it. Nobody from the initiative wants to come on the show anymore because every time they do, somebody tells them that they're dead and they're just jacked to the fucking tits. My God.
Check the fucking tits.
Okay.
Thanks, Wildstar.
Thank you, sir. And we've talked
Thank
about
you,
what's happening
Alex.
with the war, but we haven't talked about one thing. It is quite interesting. We talked about it a little bit last week. It kind of had a lot of other stuff to talk about, so we didn't really have a chance to get too far into like the declining of the player count and whether or not it's time to pull the trigger on things that are going to bring people back into the game instead of drive them away.
Red line.
I think I
Yes.
think Billy made a comment on that on Reddit. It was a pretty good take on the whole environment and the lack of people logging in right now. Was it you, Billy, that made the comment on Reddit?
I can't even remember now.
Okay, it was something about it was more than just summertime. There was a lot of factors that play into this that
Well, you
this
had
is to be expected.
Yeah, you had the pandemic for a whole year. So for many people, they've like couldn't. I mean, they technically could have gone outside, but they would have just kind of wandered around their city and never really like traveled. They're like airplanes were barely flying anywhere. You couldn't really tour the world, et cetera, et cetera.
Here, I'm gonna start it off. I'll say.
And then
I'll say
If you're
something.
talking
It's
about what I said
summer.
at the town hall, Altari, because maybe you listened to that.
I did listen to
It's
that. It might have been that.
so it's like 4 or 5 factors combined into one, right? So first off, it's summer, right? And traditionally,
Hot
summer
girl
means
summer.
people.
You have to
What?
call it's hot girl summer.
Vanilla Girl Summer.
Everyone living their best life. Hot girl summer.
I mean, it's
I don't know. I've only seen
2021. We're
average girl
taking
summer so far, but
guys are
I've seen
taking
what?
crop tops. Whether you got a dad bod or a six packs, we're
I've
rocking
seen
this
men in
shit.
crop tops. They're so cute. I mean, the
I
crop
rocked the
tops,
crop
not the
top
men.
with my booty shorts.
I got a new
Okay,
summer
so
onesie that I wear.
So
Billy,
summer,
please
first
keep,
off.
keep on the. I want to
Yeah.
hear this.
So first off, it's summer, which traditionally means, people are gonna want to choose to go outside and just enjoy life a little more than they would otherwise do so. Winter is higher, summer is lower. That's traditionally been the case, right? As well, we have the first real heavy amount of COVID restrictions being lifted throughout basically the world at roughly the same time. In the last month or so, pretty much everybody is starting to hit their vaccine points, which means that for the most part, you've had people who have been cooped up for the better part of a year, year and a half or more, who all of a sudden have their freedom back. And they're making decisions to go see family that they haven't been able to see, to go back and uh, just engage in normal social activities that they haven't been able to do so before, or to just go back to work at a normal way that they haven't been able to do so before. So you have that factor. You have the war, which is currently in a very passive stance, right? Which means that it's not contributing to the active players either. On top of that, you have the scarcity situation, which means that there's a lot less people logged in doing any relevant PvE activities that would normally cause people to be logged in. It's just factor on top of factor on top of factor, right? And when you add them all together, you look at the daily actives, it makes perfect sense to me.
So I
It's
guess
fair to say that the last time we had this PCU scare, it was when WoW Classic released, and during the start of this PCU scare, Burning Crusade Classic released, and I know a bunch of people went to play Burning Crusade Classic for at least some period of time.
So there's the nerd explanation, and then there's the people with sex
boy, here we go.
explanation. There's both of those, and they work in tandem.
So the nerds have something, the normal people have something, everybody gets something, right?
I'm gonna
Much
I
like
saw a
Twitch,
good
right?
post on Reddit from somebody. It was somebody reposted Jay's Revenant loss. I think it was they did the pop up over Jay's Revenant loss. It's pretty funny. But Avery,
Fingers are here.
yeah, Avery said in there, made a comment, said that only 4 of the 25 people or so that were involved in that were still playing.
It wouldn't surprise me. There's
And-
always a pretty significant amount of turnover in Eve.
But the thing is like, I mean, of course, like war, for example, is going to boost player count. But the thing that keeps people coming back on a daily basis is your big content kills. And we've pretty much nuked any reason for why those big kills should be out in space.
The thing that keeps people coming back is their friends.
Shut
No,
up,
my
Barry.
friends are dumb.
I disagree with both of those answers. The thing that keeps people coming back to Eve more than any other game, I think, is social responsibility, especially when it comes to nullsec blocks.
No, the thing that keeps people
What?
coming back to Eve is a crippling addiction to self-harm and pain, because this game's terrible.
Sure.
We also have like no other good games to play. I mean,
That's
No,
not
I'm
true.
telling you what the fucking reason is. It's because there's not shit in space to kill that's fun for people. Like, people don't want to get involved in fleets and shit on a daily basis. They want to be able to undock and jump and kill something. You can't do that anymore because there's no fucking things out in space to kill like that. I mean, yeah, we get occasional, like, a Oracle kill her. There were 6 fucking supers and like 10 Oracles dying a day. Now that's not the thing anymore because, hey, guess what? You fucking nerfed it into the ground.
Yeah,
People
I mean,
complained
that is
about
true.
that the last of 2, right?
Yeah, they fucking complain. They're so overpowered. Oh, woe is me. Like, get good, motherfucker, and drop dreads on it.
I mean, I want to say that there was just like one really loud voice that did that, and a lot of people disagreed with it.
Who
But
shall not be named.
you know, we can move on from that, or whatever.
But that's just my whole. I'd said that from the beginning, and I feel like I've been vindicated by it. That whenever you start taking away the big toys, or not, or taking away the reason for people to use big toys out aside from a war, because war doesn't happen all the fucking time. Like, this is just a freak thing, right? Well, not really a freak thing, a planned thing in the back corners of the council. But
Yeah, whatever.
it. But I mean that, like, I just think that we should look at, hey, maybe we should get these things back out in space so people can shoot them.
Yeah, but I guess the question would really be like, you have to admit that they were quite overpowered, like at their prime, right?
Yeah, well, then take their fucking tank. They took the tank. I thought before the latest iteration of Rorquals, for example, I thought Rorquals were super fucking. They were paperweights. Like, you could easily fucking gank them if you wanted to, if you did it right. But they were still generating enough ISK for people to be like, I could lose this to 10 bombers, but I make enough ISK with it, so I'm gonna put it out there in space. Now you took away the fucking ISK generation from it. There is no reward for the risk versus reward scenario.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I can agree with that. But I don't know. We should do a survey. You know what? I'm gonna make a straw poll, and I want everybody to ping it out to all of your alliances. Okay? It's gonna say, will you vote for Redline 13 for CSM 17? And encourage them to all say yes. So we just need more shit to do in Eve, right? Like, just in general, more reasons to
Yeah,
log in
and
other than daily rewards.
to get that is to not vote for Redline for CSM.
Like, I promise you, the reason that this war still maintains the numbers that it currently has is because there's not fuck else to do in Eve. Like, if there was fun stuff to do in Eve, outside of just throwing fleets at each other into the grinder, you jump into me, no, you jump into me. Like, I guarantee you 20-30% of these motherfuckers would go do other shit.
Yeah, probably right.
So what does it mean?
I hate peacetime. I can't fucking play Eve
Or
during
also
peacetime.
make
It's so boring.
roaming worse because, like, oh, I'm gonna filament, and where do I end up? Vale, and where else? Vale again.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And because they don't do activity across time zones, like, oh, I filament. Vale's the only high activity region, but it's all during Chinese time zone. So if you filament during NA, you end up in Vale, but there's nothing to do.
Especially, well, I bet wormholers, they got to be on, like, fucking be watched right now because they don't have anything to do. They used to come out and like, ooh, there's a Rorqual in system, kill it. Now it's like, ooh, and there's a procurer.
All right. Well, anyways,
Roll.
I'm putting a poll in the Twitch chat. I'm gonna spam it a few times. I'm gonna put it in the cesspool. I'm actually gonna announce it to everyone in this channel, in this Discord. Everyone, take this survey, please. It's very official and important.
Is this the BDSM survey?
Yeah, you should have them do that survey too.
No, it's the why do you play EVE Online? And if there's not a if a reason, I'm gonna make it so that there's a you can enter in your own, or no, I guess I can't make it. But if you have an option that's not there, I will add it. But I'm curious. I'm genuinely curious to see why people keep playing EVE Online.
To dominate.
Just call me daddy.
Billy, just take the
Angry.
quiz.
Ping that out, top doll.
Why did you make it so
I
you can
am your
select
daddy.
one option?
Because you can choose the best option for you.
Why is there not an option? Because I like to kill pixels / nodes.
I mean, I could make that
Seems
an
like
option.
you're really enjoying the game.
Yeah, so let me make that an option real quick. Yeah, that's you really enjoying the game. That it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, but
But
when there's no one to shoot, I don't enjoy the game.
But I
This
am
is the
curious.
worst straw
so
poll ever.
I know there's no checkbox, but like if you could share this with your friends and share this with the people that you play EVE with, and because I'm genuinely curious, I'll just keep posting about it, and eventually maybe next week we can talk about the results of the survey or whatever, and just kind of talk about that. That'd be fun, right?
No.
Okay, well, fair enough. I guess whatever. Did Tess lose a super today? Billy, did you guys lose a super today?
I think we lost one this morning, or
What the hell are you doing,
last
man?
night or whatever.
What the?
I don't know, just people out ratting with supers. Sooner or later they're gonna get caught. if they do
Why are people ratting with supers right now? I
Well,
don't understand. Like, not because of like the safety or like you can accomplish the same amount of revenue generation with a fucking Ishtar.
No.
No, you most certainly can't. But like,
Broader.
Well, if you take
know.
if you take the losses away from your total gains, like you're much
yeah. So
more-
obviously, if you die, it's not as efficient. That goes without saying.
I mean, what percentage of undocked supers right now die in an anomaly? I guess is a tough question.
Well,
to
people want to
answer.
take their supers out and go rat with them. I'm sure there's lots of Imperium pilots, just as much as there is test pilots, that want to go fly their shit and do something with it.
How much is Ishtar rating per character compared to a super with a Sino, an out Sino, and a fax?
Well, super doesn't need an out Sino. Super doesn't need a fax.
Well, that super that died obviously didn't need an outside on it, but
Well, I mean, Delva's full of beacons. As long as you don't jump to the fucking 1DQ beacon like that other Oracle, like you're gonna be, there's no shortage of beacons you can jump to and you'll be fine.
Alrighty, guys, please jump your supers to the beacons.
No,
Yeah.
don't do that. Don't do it.
No,
You
by
heard
all
him.
means.
The beacon provides.
In the current meta, a fax is almost never gonna get to you in time. Like telling people like, oh, if you have a fax, you'll be okay. Like that's just not correct, right?
The value of a super right now, I just think that you could roll a new character and be able to put like 2 Ishtars out.
Sure.
I mean, I do.
You
I
have a
do
higher ability to
actually-
multi-box than the average person, but I don't disagree that there's significantly more efficient ways to make money.
No, I do.
Thank you,
think,
Billy. That's what I was trying to get at.
I do think though, like if you rat for long enough in a super, you're gonna get killed. Like that's just it's eventually gonna
I
happen.
never got killed at riding in a super.
I never got
Well-
killed riding in a Titan or a super.
See, that's the thing though, is that you just didn't rat for long enough.
I streamed it with no delay.
Yeah,
and I,
I
didn't
mean
block
that's
the
actually not a
system.
terrible analogy, right? If you are, it's kind of like you're, playing at a casino, right? Sooner or later, you might win for a while, but sooner or later the house always wins, right?
I don't think that you can ever. I don't think that you would rat long enough to pay that super back without dying.
When I used to super rat, I probably made
But when was that, Philly? That was back when.
both in Vale and Esoteria, like 2018, 2017, probably.
Who the fuck was hunting Esoteria and Phil back then?
All the same people that hunted in 2019, to be honest.
Back in the day, way back in the day when we could super rat.
No, I mean it's just one of those things. Like I probably made 15, 20, I would think.
And supers were 9 bill back then.
Yeah. Like the thing is, I never
That's
particularly
fine.
liked it because it was so tight. Like it's so focus intensive, right? Like
Yeah,
it's
no,
such
it's
a APM
definitely
thing.
one of the lesser enjoyable experiences of Eve.
Yeah, once I got once the Rourke meta hit, and I was able to like multi-box like 6 Rourks and like a Hulk, and just sit there in the belt with my super, and it was just like, I'll make 5 bill a day while I do my fucking laundry and dishes, and like
it was relaxing. It was enjoyable.
Yeah, well, I don't know if it was. Yeah, it was just chill. It was easy, right? Like if you had the
Yeah.
ability to get there, you were like, I'm making broken levels of money with no fucking effort, with like 0 attention span, and like every
But-
once in a while I'd lose an excavator because I was like too long doing the dishes or something. But like,
If somebody wanted you dead, though, you were going to die.
no, well that's the thing. Like, I got caught a couple times, and I just fucking called in the umbrella, and I was fine.
The rich get richer.
Doesn't have NPC space, so the reaction time can be a lot slower.
Well, I got caught by the bomber's bar, which is just as bad or worse, right? Like, there's no real like heavy red thread in necessary at the time, but that doesn't mean the dangers are all that different. The problem with that meta is just that it was too much ISK generation at too low. Too much ISK generation at too low risk. Like, if you had the proper umbrella setup, you were just, you know,
immortal.
Here, I'm gonna throw something at y'all guys. Okay, what if the panic was reduced to 5 minutes only?
Nothing would happen because there's no Rurkels out there.
I don't. Well, okay.
The
I mean, ask that one dude that lost 3 at once.
Back in 2019 or so, or 2018.
What are you asking like if the Rurkel changes had been modified before they came out? Like, would we be in the same position we are now?
If they would have just like instead of nuking the revenue generation, and if they just like made the panic not as invulnerable as they were, I think that probably would have been an easy solution. Maybe not 5 minutes, 2 minutes, maybe. You know, you got 2 minutes to fucking save your ass, get your shit in.
Or 0 minutes, no panic at all. You know, that's nobody else has a panic. Why does the Rurkel need a panic?
That red line, that's too much fucking. You're making way too much sense right now.
I know.
Yeah, quit with that logic here.
It's a weird and unique night where I'm playing the voice of an actual like human being instead of a mouth breathing idiot on a stream.
No, you're still pulling that role too. Don't worry.
I don't think I am. I think you'd be hard pressed to find anything I said tonight that could be considered mouth breathing or idiocy.
Yeah, you said fuck guns, which is mouth breathing idiocy.
I just think that that the
Well, that's
revenue
fair.
generation of Rorquals was not problematic if you introduced the same amount of risk.
I don't think that. How do I say this without saying it?
I honestly just don't want to be the Omeka in this discussion. It's just like it goes down the same rabbit holes over and over. And over.
There would be so many dying that they would be absorbing the generated, right?
But there wasn't. That was the core fundamental problem, is that the generation was not equal to the destruction by a factor of like 50.
That's because
like,
they had
not like a
panic.
factor of like 5, like a factor of 50.
That's
Right,
because they
like
had
50
panic.
Rorquals being generated in a couple hours. 1 Rorqual might be lost every hour, right?
It's because they had panic.
It wasn't panic that was the core problem. It was the umbrellas and the Sinos.
There's no way an umbrella is going to be able
The
to
lack of
respond
war
with
at the
10
time.
Rorquals being tackled with 100 bombers on field. Like those 10 Rorquals were going to die in a fire by the time the Sino was lit and shit started coming in.
That's not true at all, because if 100 bombers is actually a threat, then what would happen is that every time 100 bombers would form, you would just counterform in preparation for it.
Yeah, but even if you lit this, what I'm saying is like the time, like that 5 seconds, a Rorqual that would be nuked by 100 bombers every
No,
5
it wouldn't.
seconds.
Bombers take multiple minutes to kill a Rorqual, even if the Rorqual's poorly tanked, let alone properly tanked.
I'm gonna have to crunch these fucking numbers. I don't
No, so he's not wrong. It took us to get the Rorqual yesterday, day before yesterday, whatever, to structure. It took 3 minutes with 202 bombers.
It's a
Well,
lot
God
of bombers.
damn it.
That doesn't seem right, unless everyone was like,
No, that's right. The Rorqual just overheats his tank. He's got a fucking Tech 2 Siege mod with Concord Rep or whatever. He's
Yeah.
gonna last for several minutes. Like, he's got a 60k tank or whatever. You have no neutralizing power on him. Overheated, he's probably at 80 or 90k, and more if he's got a booster. you know, it just takes a while to burn through the natural part of the tank, and then you've got to burn through the base HP as well, right? It's just not instant or free by any means.
So their tank needs to be taken down a little bit, then, yeah.
That
How many times was the tank nerfed already?
only once, I think.
Not surgical strike.
Oh yeah, we'll include plus surgical strike as well. Yeah.
They removed multiple ancillary shield boosters.
Dude, those motherfuckers were insane. I remember I dropped 3 dreads on a Rorqual up in Declan with a 50-man Blops gang, and I almost burnt all my shit out trying to kill the motherfucker. We had to bring in a 4th or 5th dread to kill it. It was those triple ancillary shield booster. He ran out of boosters. That's the only way we killed him.
That sounds fun and engaging.
Yep, I mean it was enjoyable. I had to fucking mid my dreads 2 or 3 times to get up that far.
Well, I'll tell you what, gang. We are nearing the end of our evening tonight. So, do we want to do final thoughts, or do we want to keep it going a little bit longer? You be the judge. What do you think?
People are too distracted with talking about their kings and cesspools, so I think we should just end it here.
Is that what they're doing in the cesspool?
Don't king shame.
We're not
Oh,
king
God.
shaming.
There's
Sounds
some
like-
things I'd rather not know.
Final thoughts. Hurry up and do something, Billy.
Every time you want me to go quicker, I'm gonna go slower.
Stop!
Stop, Alright, time to download Mass Effect Andromeda then. I'll finish that one and then maybe do a fleet. Oh, how is your Mass Effect going, Rain?
It's so much fun. I'm doing loyalty missions right now. I'll probably
Alright,
do.
still on number 2.
Yeah, still number 2. I didn't get to play it this weekend because I went to Adventureland, which is an amusement park. If you can't tell, my voice is really raw because I screamed a bunch.
So you gonna do another giveaway?
Adventureland.
Am I gonna
I
do another
screamed on it up.
giveaway? No,
Amusement-
no, I'm not. I was
I
going
want to win
giveaway,
another
Redline.
skin.
Okay, sure. I'll do a giveaway then. Giveaway started. You got 10 minutes, and we're going to go through final thoughts while we do it. I'm not going to do it in any particular order. I'm just going to say go for it, and then you go for it. That's it. That's it.
All right, final
it.
thoughts. AMOC is recruiting.
Fuck Amok.
Yeah,
Wow.
join that. That's the losing side.
Okay, final thoughts for me. I wish that Def Gen Anime Jubilee lasted another 24 hours. I
Yeah,
also
at
wish
least
that
gave
this,
us an extra 12 hours though.
Greg, you'll have your turn. Hold on. So I also wish that TTT had a Weeb Jubilee as well, but it seems like Redline is really cracking down on the fun parts of Eve. Anyway, that's my 2 cents.
If there's still fun parts of Eve.
Yeah, like Black Ops battleships.
I have a question.
Okay. Yes, Alterari.
Did you guys run out of Asbels, or what's the deal? Because it's hard stuff. Like that was actual fun content, and it just stopped. Like what
Alterari,
happened there?
You know where like you just like dig through your pants from like your other laundry and you see like $100, so you just go to the
You say that like I have
one of those
money.
arcades in the mall where like you try to win like an iPhone or some shit. You just keep trying because you just have an extra $100. Yeah, that's basically what it was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Hey. Billy's not even
Probably
gonna give final thoughts. He's just gonna leave us.
That's probably
He
the
always
best
does that.
answer of
Yeah.
the Asbel scenario.
Well, my final thought, Eve Down Under is still going ahead for 19th of November. Still probably going to go ahead for Melbourne, possibly depending on lockdown situation. So if you are an Australian, then I hope to see you there, because with lockdowns, it'll be great to sit down and actually have a drink with a couple of yous, have a chat, have a bit of fun. Because just remember, take the game serious, but not so serious that you can't have a fucking drink with the guy you shot after the fight.
Nah, because that guy's probably a piece of shit anyways.
No, that's just referring to yourself, Redline.
Shut up, sorry.
You just said I'm your favorite Green Line member.
I didn't
Or
say
crew
you were
member.
my favorite. I said you're one of my favorites. Don't
Still
put
counts.
words in my fucking mouth, dude.
Still counts.
Also, you remember the old days when we used to go kill Keepstars and Jackdaws. That was good shit. I'm allowed to have good memories and also think you're, a good person. You don't always have to shit talk me,
Yeah, this is true. I mean, but the whole point of the show is to come on here and shit talk you.
Is it? Is that the
It's
point of the
Trash
show?
Talk Tuesday. It's Trash Talk Tuesday.
I thought the point of the show was for me to try to keep everybody on topic and then for everybody else to try not to be on topic. I thought that was the way this show worked.
I thought you gave up on trying to keep people on topic.
Well,
Yeah, right.
obviously
Sure
I
the
didn't
host-
give up on that because
Pretty sure
why
the
would
host
I
can
do
decide
that?
what his show's about.
Yeah, exactly. I can decide. I'm a
No,
boss.
that's a horrible idea, Rundle. Shut the fuck up. There, more trash talk.
Yay. Oh, wow. Marius told me. There's my final thought. Marius told me to shut the fuck up, which I don't give two fucks about because he's Marius. But it's fun to be back. It's fun to be back. Thanks for letting me come on and moderate from afar and away. And if I'm not playing this summer, it's probably because I'm naked in my fucking pool in fucking lovely weather.
I mean, if you're not doing a pool stream on Twitch, I mean, are you even doing it right, mate?
Dude, it was
Oh, yeah.
108 degrees here today. Fuck heat.
Not gonna do a pool stream.
It's 6 degrees here at the moment.
Summertime in
freezing.
Texas, my fucking pool water is like bath water. It's 92 degrees, which I guess is Celsius, but what, 30-ish, almost 30 degrees.
I don't
It's like
know
bath
if you
water. It's
noticed,
wonderful.
Berg, but in Australia, it's on the opposite side of the planet.
Yeah, I know it's winter there now. I got it. I know how the planet works.
No, Rundle, I was talking to Gerg. I'm sorry. I know you hate me for some reason right now, but I was just.
Yes, I know that.
It's because you deserve it.
No, I don't hate you. I just don't give a fuck about you. There's a big difference, Marius.
Yeah, it's 117 degrees here last week.
How are you still alive, man? That's like 17 degrees above boiling.
Oh, wow. Are you in Arizona?
Yep.
Yeah. Because it's a dry heat. That's what they'll tell you.
Oh.
It's true.
I'm happy to deal with a dry heat. I fucking hate humidity. Used to live in Queensland. Used to get to like 43 degrees with 97% humidity. It was feral. Okay, give me a second. Let me find out what that is in American. 1 second.
Oh, yeah. It's well, 92 degrees is 33, so my pool is 33 Celsius. You said how much? 40?
109 degrees. All right, so it was like 109 degrees Fahrenheit in like 97% humidity.
It was 48 degrees last week here.
97% humidity will fucking kill you. Like you'll drown in the air.
Yeah, basically, it was feral. You walk outside and everything's stuck to everything. It was dirty.
That home runs are easier in high humidity because the air is actually less dense.
What?
Like you can hit a baseball farther in high humidity.
That is the weirdest random fact I've ever heard.
Is this actually true?
Yes. Why would I lie about that?
Well, you do often say things where you just don't know.
No.
And Marius.
I think that I say often things that people might disagree with.
Because they are wrong. Yes.
All right. You think that because you disagree with it. That's what I was saying. Anyway.
Actually, he's right.
Yan, it's your turn for a final thought.
I'm going to get a blobs and yeah, because they sound like fun now.
Proving Marius wrong, one comment at a time.
Oh, and basically to kill him after the war, but that's another thing.
Hey, Eltari, you should totally grab some Feroxes.
Dude, I gotta be up at 3:30. It's 8 o'clock, so I'm going to bed right after this.
Final thoughts?
Well, the blobs changes seems like a good start. I hope they get some more improvements. Also, It's interesting to see how the initiative is slowly dying.
Hey, Slam. I don't form Feroxes for sepals. I form Jackdaws for sepals or whatever the fuck else, harpies, whatever.
People fly Speeples?
Yeah, I think it's Test has a Speeple fleet.
Do we?
I don't know if it's Test. One of the sappy guys has a Speeple fleet.
Okay,
One
my
of the
final
which
thought
guys?
is
One of-
that these stupid little pet names that you're giving Pappy are kind of really redundant because Pappy was a dumb name to begin with, and we've already accepted that. We've already internalized that, so you can't make fun of us by saying sappy, crappy, Pappy, clappy.
Marius,
The fuck.
it's the narrative. Have you not been on Reddit? Get on Reddit, dude. It's the narrative.
Yeah, well,
will not
Mittens just.
subject- I will not subject myself to Reddit.
Imagine fighting on Reddit because you're not willing to fight in space.
Mittens
willing to
just
fight in
loves us. Mittens just loves us so much. He loves giving his pet names. That's all it is. He says that he wants us to like eat his ass, but clearly he wants to bend us over and rim us good. And that's why he keeps giving us all these little sexy pet names.
Yeah, the Grand Wizard had spoken.
All right, well, let's not be calling people Grand Wizard. Yeah, we need Mittens. We need him to take the kink test. That's for damn sure. All right, Angry Mustache. Your final thought?
Vegas this year, even without CCP, and if any of you are going, I can't say I have enough money to buy free drinks for anyone, but I'll buy free drinks for anyone, at least from here, that I see.
Oh, if I ever get 5K and head to the US for Eve Vegas, I'll take you up on that.
Really cost $5,000 Australian to do a round trip to the United States?
Yep.
Holy shit.
We are far away from everywhere.
Horrible.
It's literally like the other side of the fucking world. So.
Yeah, but
My
you know,
turn?
somebody's gonna want to leave that rock, so they shouldn't have to pay $2,500 Australian to do it. Anyway, Rain, your final thought.
Yeah,
And that'll
so
close us out.
You got 1 minute and 19 seconds before the
Oh.
giveaway is done. So make sure you
Oh,
do
okay.
slat exclamation point raffle.
So shout out to all the nerds on CSM. I think a lot of folks probably had a great run. It was really interesting to see the results. Congrats to CCP for showing those off again, and congrats to the nerds who made it. I'm excited to see what next year will bring, as well as, I guess, the following year to see how CSM actually does, sort of the changes we see or don't see, I suppose. Also, Villy, please respond to my DMs. Please.
Oof.
Billy, she's in your DMs.
Simp.
Also, apparently.
Not allowed to
pandemic
say
course
that
started
word,
this morning.
Redline.
Fuck up, Marius.
Billy ignores all DMs, don't worry.
Not true. He talks to me.
What the fuck?
It's all right.
That's because you send him feed pics.
Anybody else got anything? Is that it? Is that everybody?
I mean,
I think so.
I think Pandemic Horde is joining Goons Form from what CCP says.
All right. I'm going to
That's
close the
lucky, yeah.
entries and pick a winner. Make sure you DM me which of the skins you want.
What are the options?
I don't know. Surtech, you can choose between a Mauler, a Vexer, Procure, Rupture, or Megathron.
Congratulations, Surtech.
So why you wouldn't just choose
Just
the Megathon?
Make sure that you send me a DM on the New Eden Post account. And then, okay, that's fine too. But just send me a DM with your in-game name or put your in-game name in chat since I'm looking at you right now. That's fine with me.
Through the window while he breathes heavily.
Yes, that is exactly what I'm
baby.
doing. I am doing that. Same.
Go away.
Surtech.
Why do you sound
Okay.
so tired tonight, Redline?
Why do I sound so tired tonight? It might.
Out of house.
It could be because I'm tired. It could be.
Hi, tired. I'm
It
Gert.
could be that. The fuck. In my final thought today, I would like to explain to you how absolutely exhausting it is to be on the opposite side of a bunch of mouth-breathing idiots trying to talk about anything that even slightly goes against what they want to hear. It is insane how much Kool-Aid gets ingested in this video game, just
It's
in
Flavor
general.
Aid.
And seeing it happen on a daily basis, a lot of people that participate in it really should be embarrassed with themselves.
You really
Like,
should be embarrassed with yourself.
Just straight up embarrassed with all the stuff that they do.
Punch. That's my favorite flavor.
Oh shit, that's wrong. Okay, that giveaway is completed. All right, I'm gonna ask a special question in the chat. Who are you voting for CSM 17?
John, Rhea, and Delana.
Oh, I didn't get to ask this question. How long of a break do CSM members have to take after they've done their 3 turns?
A year.
1 year, and then they can go back at it?
Yep. Okay, so unfortunately, it looks like nobody has said the correct answer, which was obviously Redline 13 for CSM 17. I know it sounds like
I mean,
a joke.
I'll put you 2 as Redline. I'll
But
put you
I-
as 2, but I'm putting myself as number 1.
I really am gonna run next year, guys, as long as I can. Like, honestly, I'm not too vanilla. I'm barely even vanilla, Manic. You can't just stop it. And then tonight we're gonna raid somebody. Who's it gonna be? We're going to raid first day combining exploration and PvP, wormhole corp events and simple giveaways.
Summer redeemed Guide the Raid.
Guide the raid. Zanus Desef. That's fair. We will accept that.